Hello, 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 friends. I'm so excited to be here with you all as we kick off another Monday. It's been a hot minute since we've had a live version. We had a recording a little while ago and we had a week off. So here we are back at it again. And I can't imagine any other place where I'd rather be because Monday nights, even though Mondays are stressful and they really test our patience and our ability to wake up in the morning and to answer all the emails that have been sitting in our inbox forever, right? But Monday nights is our chance to relax, ground ourselves, find our space within our community members that we love. This is a place we choose to come to every single Monday. And I love to see already such wonderful hype and support in the chat. That's one of my favorite things to see, is because what we're all about is building good community, building places where we can all come together, have conversations. What does it mean to be a gamer? What does it mean to exist in this space and to give and to be a part of it? It's not that we're just consuming and we play games as a solo experience, but this is certainly one where we build relationships, create experiences, and all that we do here is valuable. It tells about ourselves, the worlds that we want to be a part of. There's something greater in all that we're doing. So I'm so thrilled to have so many good friends here. But even better is that we've got an amazing guest this evening. And I know, we've had an amazing lineup so far this season. And tonight is no different. Steph is an absolutely amazing streamer, content creator across the board. So if you would all be ever so kind to help me hype her up, please help me welcome Steph.
Welcome in, everybody. My name is Stephanie, aka Stephskiii. Apologies in advance, by the way, Caustic. I just got my wisdom teeth removed on Friday, so the smile is like a half smile. I can't really get a full smile out right now. But my name is Stephskiii. I have been streaming full time for 2 years now. It was April of 2020, I think. 2021
Sure.
that I quit my job as a full-time bartender, bar manager, and just hit the road running as a streamer. I also am a full-time tour manager, so I travel international with a kid that I actually went to high school with. His name is, I know him as Charlie. Other people know him as A-Craze. Some people only know him by his song Bounce With It, Drop With It, Me With It, Rock With It. So yeah, I've been touring with that guy for 6 years now, almost 7 years, and we go all over the world. And my passion and like what I'm trying to do with my platform is kind of like bring my two worlds together of touring international and streaming in all these crazy places. So we streamed in front of the Eiffel Tower, we've done Thailand, we've done Bali, Australia, and I just want to kind of keep this going and eventually like build out a platform where I can give back to other people and put them in the position that I'm in now. So
I love it. I love it. You're transforming. Oftentimes when we think of like the streaming space, like we're always stationary, right? We're in our one space. The background's the same every time. And you're like, let's switch it up. We're going to another country today, right? And you're pulling all of us with you. So it's like we get to explore the same way that you get to explore. I see in chat, like there's some people you can't take with you anywhere, but at least you can bring them in chat and that's it. That's the safest way to travel with some people.
There's some love-hate beef going on between Afe and Crisis. Crisis is one of my mods.
You gotta love that. Yeah, well, you always want to have the community with you. And so you kind of do a little of everything. You're on Twitch for 2 years, which is congratulations. That wasn't like very long ago. That was just a few weeks ago, right? That you celebrated your 2 year?
Yeah, it was like January. No, February 4th.
She remembers. 4th. That's what mods are for. Mods are much better at remembering these sort of details for us. Bless the mods and their infinite wisdom that they provide us every single time. You are all not appreciated enough, right? But so you've been here for a hot minute and you're also on Kick. But
yeah, I just started that on Kick.
Yeah, because why not, right? It's growing. Might as well put it out there. It doesn't hurt. But what made you think like, let's bring the two of these together? Because most of the time we see them very separate. Like there is the job that we do, like you're off touring, and then there's also streaming. But you decided to like, let's bring this together, traveling with it. That's a thought process.
I mean, that's definitely like a good question. I feel like nobody really asks why I decided to do that or why I'm even trying. I just feel like there's like a massive like gap. I feel like a lot of because I work in the back end of music, so I see like a lot of people in music, DJs, musicians, singers,
Mhm.
they all like play video games,
Yeah.
and then everyone that plays video games listens to music, but like for some reason everyone's too scared to like mash the two industries together and like, do
Mhm.
something with it. And it's just because it's like not easy, obviously, like to get people to consume multiple different types of content, whether
Right.
it be like listening to music, playing video games, watching streamers. But I also feel like I'm at like in a position where like I'm one in like five female tour managers that I even know in the industry. Most women like are crushing it in like social media, or they're crushing it in
Mhm.
music management, label management, but I'm like on the road dealing with an entire festival site full of men telling me I don't know what I'm doing. Like there's just not a lot
Yeah,
of
like,
women
excuse me.
that are like doing it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so like, and that's not obviously like US based, but then you go international and like it is really like not something that people like to
Mhm.
be told what to do by a woman that doesn't even speak their language. Or like it's even like in their culture, like it's just not like culturally like what they're used to. So
Mhm.
there's really not a lot of women that do what I do. And then like I am also one of the literal only women besides Cray, I would say, that plays video games. She's a DJ. She started off as a streamer and then kind of divulged into like the music industry. But I would say like I'm one of the only like
Mhm.
managers or people like in the music industry that's not like already having their own platform trying to do this.
Right.
And so I just feel like I kind of have that unique. It's like a disposition, but also a good position. Like it's like good and bad because like I feel like I have all odds against me, but at the same
Sure.
time, no one else is doing it, so I kind of have free reign to do it however I want. You know,
Yes.
there's like no right or wrong way. So
Right. It's just your way.
yeah,
Whatever feels
yeah,
natural and how you want to do things. Like
yeah,
there's like that con, right? Like the benefit is like you get to do things the way you want to because nobody's ever done it the way that you do it before. But then the other part is people don't know how to react in the same way.
yeah,
Like, what are you
yeah,
doing?
definitely.
Who are
No, it's
you?
like definitely that thing where it's like I will go to like a big festival, like let's say EDC
Mhm.
Vegas is this weekend. My artist has two sets, one at Circuit Grounds and one at Stereo Bloom. So if you guys are at EDC Vegas, come by, come meet
Yeah.
me. But it'll be this position, right? So this
Hmm.
is what always happens. I go to a festival, let's say I just went to Australia, this time as EDC.
Sure.
I go, I'm really friendly, and one thing that like we in my team pride ourselves on is like making like fan tie relationships with the people that we work with, because
Hmm.
at the end of the day, like we're all human, and music industry fucking sucks. I'm not gonna say it
You can
sucks
say
real
it here.
bad,
We're
you know,
allowed
like
to. Don't worry.
there is not a lot of love and appreciation on the back end, you
Yeah.
know? It's just
Yes.
kind of like people just don't know, you know? So I try to treat everybody with a lot of respect. So I'll
Hmm.
grab people's Instagrams, phone numbers, we'll keep in touch, WhatsApps, whatever.
Right.
And then they come to my Instagram and they see just like shit posting of like Twitch links and like gaming clips and like
Like, wait,
me
what is this?
hitting like quad kill team wipes with a sniper. And they're like, what the fuck?
This is not what I expected.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's like, it is like really funny to me because I really don't care what people think about me.
Hmm.
But at the same time, it's just like, you know, it's tough mashing the two worlds together because
Oh
it's
yeah.
hard for people, I feel like, to take me seriously in either or,
Hmm.
because I'm trying to do both. So like instead of me putting all my eggs in one basket and one and being like, look at that girl, she knows what she's doing, I like do everything in both, and then they're like, oh, like she's a little gamer, she's so cute.
Yeah. And you're like, hold on here. Wait.
I'm like, I'm a girl boss
Yeah.
first and foremost.
Yeah. You can check that and step aside as I move
Yeah,
past
and
you.
then 1v1 me and we'll see who's so cute, you
Yeah.
know?
But that's like, especially with individuals when you're working in a space, they don't often think like, oh, yeah, this is a person who is very holistic and does more than just this one thing that I know them for. Right. They like,
Yeah,
okay, I know you as a gamer and that's all I'm going to know you as. Like, I
yeah.
know you as, a producer and that's all I'm going to know you as. It's so an oversimplification of who we are and it feels really unfair.
Yeah. I don't know if it's like a girl thing or what. I feel like I
Hmm.
don't see this a lot with men, but I feel like with like girls that are like, or like women that are like trying to do something, they're
Hmm.
only allowed to do like that one thing.
Yeah.
As soon as she's got a page to turn, she got like multiple pages, people like can't comprehend. They're like, this woman is doing like six things. Like
There's
what?
depth to her. I didn't
There's depth,
understand.
layers, like
She likes other
stretches,
things than the one
onions.
thing. Yes. Yes.
Yeah, it's tough, I would say, but I
Mhm.
mean, I'm not the only one doing multiple things. I'm the only one for what I know doing what I'm doing, and so,
Mhm.
I mean, there's a lot of like I've seen, especially over like the past year, of people that are like, "Holy fuck, like this girl's like actually doing this, like that's kind of crazy."
Right.
Especially as the artist that I work for blows up, and we are doing like a lot more, and I'm still staying consistent with like streaming and gaming and doing community nights.
Mhm.
Um, I just feel like people are like taking it a lot more seriously, but I think gaining that like respect has definitely been a challenge that I've seen.
Mhm.
Of just like people, I don't know, just taking it seriously. I'm
Yeah.
serious about this. I'm not going anywhere,
Well,
you know?
it sounds like you're incredibly purposeful with your time. You're like, when I'm investing in something, I'm doing it. Like, if I want to stream, I'm going to go all in on it. Like, if this is my career, I'm going to invest in me and how I want to build myself. And I love that. I love that you're carving pathway and you're like, when I'm doing this, yeah, as Abe said there, like, you're a queen. Like, when you do it, you're going to be tier on it. Like, that's the goal every single time of what you're bringing.
Yeah. And I think I do that a lot for myself, but I also
Hmm.
try to do it a lot for other people. Um, and just like kind of like showing people that you like whatever you want to do, you can do.
Hmm.
Like I definitely was like super scared April 14th of 2020 when I quit my very steady income bartending job in Las Vegas, Nevada
Yeah.
to do full-time streaming because it was like I was so ready to quit that job anyways. I was working like literally 18-hour shifts, like illegal amounts of work.
Jeez.
And like it was really insane. And like every day I would just like complain to my Twitch because I would still stream after working 7 a.m. to 2 a.m. and I would go home and I would stream.
How
I'd
do
be
you have
like, I
the
hate
energy
my
for
job.
that? I'd be like, I'm peopled out. I'm sorry. I can people no
I
more.
know. I'd be like, I
Goodbye,
hate my
everyone.
job so much. And then I got a call from the artist's actual manager,
Yeah.
Acres' actual manager. His name's Alex.
Hmm.
So he does like the music business, label stuff. I do like logistics, operations, touring.
Yeah.
And he gave me a call. He's like, "Yo, we have this song coming out in August." He's like, "I'm gonna need all hands on deck." And I was like, "All right." He's like, "This is way different. Like, you have no idea." Because like
Yeah.
Acres only made dubstep music, which is like womp 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 womp.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then this was like a pop radio house song.
This is going to change
And so
things.
it's just like very different. And I was like, honestly, I don't even need convincing. I quit my job.
You're like,
Just, like,
I'm,
literally quit.
but that was the key thing. Like, there was an opportunity and you're like, I'm all in. That's a risk. I mean, it is. It's a risk, but you were brave enough to say like, I'm going for it
Yeah.
and willing to do it as well. Like,
Yeah.
I'm all ready for this. Let's move forward. And that gave you that ability to make the investment in yourself and your career to advance that part of you that excites you instead of, staying where you are, where you felt drained and overworked and
Yeah.
probably
I mean,
underappreciated.
100%. Yeah. And I mean, there's definitely like people, like, let's say just like on my Instagram or Facebook or whatever, that have seen kind of like me transition from like living in Orlando and doing what I was doing there to
Hmm.
doing what I'm doing now here in Vegas.
Hmm.
And like, I've gotten a lot of like really heartwarming messages that are kind of like the thing that keep me going, where they're like, I've seen you like go from A to B, and
Hmm.
like it's just so inspiring to just like watch somebody that just like seems like they don't give a fuck. I'm like, I'll give a fuck, but
You give a
and
fuck
it's
around
just
the right
like,
things, right? There's certain things you're like, we don't have energy for that, but other things,
yeah,
right?
definitely,
You got to pick and
100%.
choose.
I mean, I genuinely do care so much. I just like the only way that I feel like you could get through it is to just act like you don't care, like a fake it till you make it type of thing.
Hmm.
But it that is like one thing that I really want to do eventually, is just like inspire the masses. I feel
Yeah.
like, I mean, my story is like pretty insane of just like where I was even 5 years ago to now. And like I don't even talk about it because it's just like, to me, I've gone through it.
Yeah.
But like to other people, as soon as I ever tell somebody, they're like, "Girl, what?" Like, I know.
Well, do you
I'm
want to
like,
give
I
us
don't
the
know.
backstory here?
I mean, maybe. I don't know.
This isn't, I don't want to push you if you're like, listen, I don't feel comfortable with
No,
it,
I'm
but
down. I don't care. I
like,
mean,
because we're all here, they're
what is
already
it?
inspired. Like, half of them are just saying they're quitting now.
Years,
So,
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, was it like 5 years ago?
yeah.
So how old am I? 27? Carry the one. Hold
Listen,
on.
you can make up numbers there. No one knows my real age,
20.
not even me.
Yeah, okay. So let's say like 7 years ago, I was in a relationship,
Hmm.
like high school sweetheart, lived with
Aw.
his parents. Yeah, like my homie, you
Yeah.
know. 2 years later, I was I was always, I feel like, a boss girl. Like I've just always wanted to like do something. I was in the Dominican Republic
Yeah.
on this like work retreat thing,
Mm-hmm.
and like I like landed home. I actually we had to connect through Puerto Rico. My phone got stolen because I first time flying, fell asleep in the airport. My phone got jacked. Learned that lesson. Now
So
I'm a
you're in a
tour
great
manager. I will never
position.
fall asleep in
Yeah.
an airport
You feel
again.
safe, secure, great. It's perfect. Who doesn't feel
Yeah,
comfortable in a different place without your phone while
I
you're
know, literally.
traveling?
And then I land back home and I like don't have a phone to like text my at the time boyfriend and come pick me up. So
Hmm.
I'm like texting him off of like my work my what is it called? I haven't worked with people in so long. What is a coworker?
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah. Or like
I
Google
just
Voice
texted
or
him off
like,
of my
yeah. At least you knew his number because, like, don't ask me anyone's phone number right now. If I lost my
dude,
phone, I'd be able to contact zero
yeah,
people, except maybe my
literally.
parents who haven't changed their number since I was growing up.
Yeah. So I text my co off my coworker's I need more coffee, off
Jeez.
my coworker's phone.
Okay.
And I'm like, "Hey, can you come pick us up?" And all he had to text back was like, "Tell Steph that there's something at the house waiting for her." I'm like, "Okay, sure. We'll just like Uber, no problem, I guess, weirdo." So we go home, and like I'm not even like exaggerating at this. My entire house is wiped clean. My TV's gone, my dog's gone, my car's gone, all of his clothes are gone. Like every it looked like somebody had like literally abandoned the apartment. There was like a pile of dishes up to the ceiling. And then there was this like really psycho like love letter that was like, I can't do this anymore. Like my bank account was drained $20,000. It was
What?
actually negative 1,300, and my rent was due that week. I was homeless for like literally a year after that. I was like couch surfing all of Orlando.
Yeah. That's a huge
Um,
setback.
yeah, huge stuff, especially like, I had just saved like my first 20,000 at 20, like 2 years old. Like I was like, I'm doing this,
What
you
an
know what I mean?
absolute
And
waffle. I'm
like,
sorry. That's,
yeah, no, it's okay. I'm like, that's why I'm like, I'm over it. It's not like
yeah.
but it obviously like put me where I am today, but it definitely was like a massive setback. It was to the point because I was in like a marketing job
Hmm.
selling stuff that I was like mute. Like I literally couldn't speak. I would go to sell something and I couldn't sell it.
Yeah.
And so I was hiding in the storage in the back of Sam's Club because I couldn't talk. It's like literally just sitting with the boxes. And my boss was like, I know you're not at work. And I would text her, like, I promise I'm here. I just like literally can't talk. Like, I don't know what to do. I'm literally like mute. Like, I literally was having like physical
Hmm.
muteness.
Hmm.
Anyways, so then time passes. You get a rebound boyfriend, the vibes.
Yeah.
But like, I feel like what I went through there was obviously like super traumatizing at the time, but also
Yes.
at the same time, I feel like it led me to meet the people that I know now.
Hmm.
That's when I rekindled with Charlie. That's when I rekindled with Alex because we all had gone to high school together and we like met back up later on in life. And
Hmm.
like, yeah, it definitely has just taught me a lot of things. It's taught me never trust or share a bank account with anybody, and it's
Hmm.
taught me
Yeah.
to
Let's go with the fundamentals, right?
let's go to the fundamentals.
Sure.
Start with the basics. Don't share your bank account with anybody. So funny because when I first opened that bank account, they were like, "Are you sure you want to share it? Like, if you wanted
Like,
to, you could take it."
yeah.
I'm like, "Yeah, I'm marrying this guy." Like, literally, ew. I need to go back to that bank and be like, "You were right. Never let people do that."
You
You
were
know how
right.
to
Go in there,
parental
just
sign off.
leave warning signs for like the next people going in, like don't sign together.
Literally, yeah. I need to be, yeah, like pitchforks at the front. But also it also just taught me that like number one, the people that you think are gonna be there for you forever are not, and the people that you don't think are gonna be there forever actually end up sometimes being there forever.
Mhm.
And there's a lot of people that have just like watched me transition through all of this. I just recently sold I didn't even sell it. I like literally junked it because it was sold. I junked the car that I drove from Orlando to Vegas in, that I literally was homeless sleeping in Orlando. Like it was like giving away a piece of my soul. I was like,
You got
junkyard,
me
come
through so
come take it
much.
away. I bought my first Tesla.
Did you name it?
Um that her name was Blossom. She was like an
Oh,
orange Honda Fit. Literally looked like a hamster ball driving down the street.
perfect.
Super funny.
Adorable.
The
Yes.
little car,
We
literally.
love it. Thank you,
Um
Blossom, for your service.
But yeah, definitely Blossom really put in the work. But it was just like sending away like my past type of thing, because I literally was like sleeping in that car, like had all my stuff, and then moved across the country in that car. It was like so crazy to give that car away, but it was
That's
also like just
sentimental.
me kind of closing that final
Mm-hmm.
page on that book of my past and just kind of moving forward. It was really dope.
I love that. I love that for you. But it is like that is very symbolic of like we're moving on. This is a part of my life and it was tough, but I survived in this space. And
Yeah.
if anything, that's where you grew such strong roots in who you are and your self-sufficiency. Like there's nothing that's knocking you over at this point.
Yeah, I mean, now it's just like, yeah, definitely. I mean, if I could get through that, I could get through anything. It's how I kind of,
Mhm.
I've just learned that about myself. Like I'm literally strong as hell.
Mhm.
And like if I really want something, I'll do it. If I don't want something, I'm not gonna do it. But like if I
Yeah.
really want something, I will make it happen.
Yeah.
I do not take no for an answer.
But I love
So
that. Like that's where you're like I'm putting myself out there and I'm taking those options. Like there's no waiting of people like, "Hey, would you like to do this?" You're like, "I'm doing this."
yeah. Yeah, I mean, I feel like but I also feel like I'm very thankful for the community that I found. I mean, I started
Mhm.
streaming just a little bit after I moved to Vegas, and so like I mean, obviously something that traumatic takes a long time to get over, and
Yeah.
I would say like my community has been like kind of like that rock that has gotten me through. Thank you for
Mhm.
the bitty space. Let's go. My community has been like that rock that like, we talk to each other about anything. We're in
Mhm.
Discord all day just like shit posting memes and just talking smack to each other, and it's
Yeah.
just we play games together, we yell at each other, we laugh together, we cry together. It's just like it's been a really dope space that I've built, and it's just something that like I want people to feel safe in, because like one thing that I did not have during that entire trauma period of my life was like a place to go to talk to people. You know what I mean? And
Right.
so like giving people that, obviously I had never hoped that anybody goes through what I went through, but if anybody goes through anything similar, that's why I've built the community that I've built, so that we can all kind of talk about it.
Right. Well, and that's one of the beautiful things about creating spaces like this, right? And it's not just around gaming. Like it's just these are people that are interesting and want to connect. That's
Yeah.
really what it is. Like we have more than just the games we play. If we happen to play the same games, awesome, right? But if not,
Yeah.
we all like to shit post, right? Or we all like to share memes. Like there's
Yeah. I
plenty of
mean,
other things that we need each other.
100%. I mean, Crisis is like doesn't even play a lick of Call of Duty, and he is in there every single day. It's insane. I don't even understand. I'm like, I've never seen this guy play Call of Duty in the past 2 years. Get that emo out of here, Taco. That
They
emo
are
is the
very
scariest
terrifying.
emo to me. Do you see
Yeah.
the chat?
Yes. I
It's terrifying.
I
It's banned in my chat.
I
It's so
was really
scary.
liking your community until this point.
Yeah.
You hear that, everyone?
Let's
Your time is
go.
up.
Your time is out. Time out. Um, but yeah, I mean, it's just been like it's just really crazy. Like I think after 2 years of streaming, you kind of become like numb to a lot of the things that happen every day, and I get followers, and I'm like, oh, thank you so much for following. Like I'm generally grateful for the follows, but
Mhm.
I've said that 6,000 times, so it's like, but then like one day, I wake up, like even right now I'm feeling this feeling right now, is that like it's so crazy to think about the fact that people go through their entire like 8-hour workday.
Yeah.
They go through all their problems, all of their trials and tribulations. They have their family problems, relationship problems, friendship problems, and they decide to like pull up to like your stream
Yeah.
every day and talk to you when they don't owe you a dime. Like they don't owe you a thing.
Mhm.
It's so crazy to me to think that people do that. Like I literally am so thankful, but I'm so like mind boggled sometimes that I'm like,
Mhm.
holy crap, people like really choose to spend like their what do we get 3 hours after work before dinner and sleep every day? Like you choose to spend those 3 hours with like
Mhm.
me and like our community. That's so insane to me.
Mhm. Well, and it just shows like how much people need other people, right? So we're looking
Yeah.
for other people that get our humor, that unwind the same way that we do, right? That creates a space where I get to take that break from all the stress that I had earlier, that I can have a space where I connect and I can feel seen on the parts of me that haven't felt seen, right? That I can
Yeah.
feel like a human. I can feel like whatever it is. Like sometimes we have parents, right? That hop by. I'm like, I get to have adult talk, right? I love this.
Yeah, I
Instead of
know.
just hanging out,
You're just like
right?
unfiltered.
Yes, yes. It provides so much more to create a space that is welcoming, that is belonging, that says, hey, when I'm not here, eventually somebody's going to notice and be like, hey, where were you? Or hey, you were missed. How are you
Yeah,
doing?
definitely.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, it's just that I feel like that sense of community is like I don't think everybody has it, but I think once you find it, it's just like
Yeah.
you never wanna let that go. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? Like,
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't imagine now, like, not streaming and not just because, like, I'm addicted to going live, but just because, like, I've built such good relationships with these people that it's like,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gone touring for a month and we're just, like, in Discord, like, "We miss you."
Yeah, so how does your
So
schedule work? Because yeah, with touring, sometimes you're gone. You're like, we're gonna do like a surprise stream, like when we're abroad, when we can. Well, how do you even like create some sort of consistency? Because that can be some of the hardest parts of getting people together is just knowing when, right?
yeah, I mean, Taco will be the first one to tell you that I'm late to every single stream. I don't even know
You can't be late
why
to your
or
own
when it
stream.
started.
Can
It's
you?
crazy. I set the time and then I'm always late. So why am I late to the time that I set? I set it. I don't get it. Like what?
Do you set a time and then it's like 10 minutes later you start it? Is that how that's work?
No, it's like hour. Like
Oh,
it's bad. I don't know what it is. It's something, but it's not
yeah.
me. I know that. But anyways,
Just remember, a wizard is never late.
yeah, I mean, I think streaming on the road has been one of the most difficult things that I've tried to figure out. I think that once I figure that out and I like nail that consistent schedule, that I will
Mm-hmm.
really be doing it to the max capability that I want to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Making content on the road is easy and fun, TikToks, YouTube videos. Crisis on top of being a full-time mod is also my full-time editor. So if you guys ever
Oh,
need anything, hit up Crisis. But
okay.
he does
I
all
was
my
like,
tour vlogs. He does all my just like everything. He's so good at editing and has just learned as I've learned. We've just been learning together.
you make it sound like, oh yeah, you just do this. For me, like that's the bane of my existence. When they're like, we need edited clips afterwards, I'm like, it's the worst thing for me, right? If you ask them, like, it's pulling teeth. Like, okay, you literally just had your wisdom teeth pulled out. Like that's like I would rather have my wisdom teeth pulled out again than to ask like I'm gonna be an editor. Like some people have a great mindset around it,
Yeah.
familiar to where you just feel like an absolute magician with the tools of whatever editing tools. Like if you're using DaVinci Resolve, Adobe, whatever it is, right? And as you just hop in, it's like done, done, done. I've got my templates, got it clear. I'm like, this will take me
Yeah.
days, mainly
I
because
mean,
I
I think
mentally
he
don't want
like
to.
yeah, Crisis explained it in a really good way when we'll have like heart to hearts all the time of me being like,
Hmm.
I don't think I could do this anymore. And he's like, no, you have to do it. And I'm like,
You
but
have
I'm
to
so unmotivated. And he's like, no, you need to get motivated. Figure it out. And then like he explained it one time, like a couple months ago, really well, where he's like, I have always wanted to, and I think I could be wrong, but I
hmm
think that this is how most people that like thoroughly enjoy editing and like content creating on that end
hmm
think and like what their mentality is. But he said, I've always wanted to get into content creating, but like I don't want to be the face.
Yeah.
And so like he's like, I really appreciate you always pumping out content and always going live and always like recording because like
hmm
I have something to work with. You know what I mean? Because I don't think like everyone wants to be on like the front end of the camera,
hmm
but a lot of people like actually really enjoy being creative. They just don't have
Yeah.
content to do any to make something out of.
Yeah.
So
There's
yeah,
editing, production, like there's so much you can create
so
behind
much.
it. Listen, Crisis, come talk to me.
Love
I'm
it.
gonna steal. I'm gonna steal Crisis from you. But no, like, but this kind of speaks to it when you're out there and you're creating work. You want to create a community that feels engaged. You want to create individuals where they can feel like they can also express themselves. So
Yeah.
it really is symbiotic in many ways of you're out here creating content and then they get to express themselves by taking this content to a different level, right? Like let's
Yeah.
put it out and see, let's create some edited clips that play out well on TikTok versus on YouTube, that kind of space. Like as you edit and adjust and play around with things, like then it really becomes fun and then they're just as much a part of it. And I love that
Yeah.
they're like, you got to stay motivated. Good for you. Good
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
you.
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely like I don't know what it is, or just like, I mean, I was bullied to smithereens in grade school and everything like that. And I'm sure most of us were,
Mm-hmm.
which is why we all get along with each other. But if any of us was the bully, I doubt we would all be out here talking to each other the way that we do. Pretty sure we're all
Sure.
bullied more or less than I was, but I just like I have a lot of like self doubt and a lot of just like as much as everyone's just like, don't compare yourself to others, it is like so impossible
Yeah.
when I'm literally looking at follow channels on the left and all it is doing is comparing people to other people.
Hmm.
Literally on the list. Like Twitch is literally comparing you to other people all the time. It's
It ranks
comparing
you
your
by
recommended
numbers.
channels.
Afterwards, you
Yeah.
get an email like, here's here your rates were. It did better or worse from last stream.
Minus 900% than the last stream. I'm like,
Yes.
it's
Why? Why?
why? I don't want to read this. But yeah, I feel like I don't know. I feel like it's really difficult not to be unmotivated. Like
Yeah.
it's just something that like if you're feeling unmotivated,
Hmm.
you just need to make sure you have like a couple of people around you or in your community or people that you talk to that know your headspace
Hmm.
that can like keep you going. Cause I genuinely think like Twitch is a community, you know what I mean? Even though it's a community made of like 100 billion other communities, the only way that the platform keeps going is if like we keep it going. Twitch is not going to keep it going. They're doing a terrible job, in my opinion, at
Hmm.
shooting themselves in the foot every week with like banning another streamer or doing something, or you know, they're always
Hmm.
shooting themselves in the foot. It's like really like the people on my recommended list, people that are like one viewer to 500 viewers that are keeping this place going. You know,
Hmm.
obviously the streamers that are getting 90,000 viewers are making a lot of money, but like
Hmm.
as far as like community building, it's the little guys, you know,
Yeah.
that are keeping the place running, keeping the
Hmm.
lights on.
Right. But you're
Um
right. It creates meaningful connection. And that's ultimately what
yeah.
we're looking for, is a place where we feel seen in this space. Now, I got to ask you, because right, especially your story. How do you find the right people to support you? Like you've found people that don't, and you found
Yeah.
people that have. What is a good sign to be like, yeah, this is somebody I want to keep in my close circle. That they're there, they're going to
So
support me to
hard.
do the right things that are true to the vision that they know I want.
Yeah, super hard, honestly, because like
Hmm.
I'm a Capricorn and I have put the most double bricked up walls surrounding every ounce of my body. Like I am like so hard to get to. Like I have made it so hard to like reach me that like you know, like you just feel like you're touching bricks. You're just like, oh, look at all the bricks.
This is a nice wall.
But like
I like this
yeah,
wall.
literally feeling the wall, you're like, Stephanie.
This is old. It's been here a
But
while.
like
Hold on.
yeah, I mean I feel like yeah, I mean, I did not find them. I feel like they found me, honestly.
Hmm.
And it's just, it took a very special type of person, like every person that's in the chat right now,
Hmm.
took a very special type of person to like continuously, like one by one, take those bricks down. And like, I'm a person of consistency. Like, if I see people trying,
Hmm.
like, I will give you my all, you know what I mean? But I've just given my all so many times that it's just like, it's depleting, you know?
Sure.
You only get like let's say you get 100% of your life battery a day, and
Hmm.
so everything that you like do, like go to work or go on a jog, go work out, talk to people, that takes like a little percentage each day, and
Hmm.
you just have to be really, you know, you have to really protect your energy, because there are some people that are going to take all of your energy from you and they will not give you an ounce back,
Hmm.
and there's some people that will only give you energy and not even request an ounce back, and you just have to be, you have to be to people what you want them to be to you. And that's, you know, that's one thing that
Hmm.
I have definitely learned with streaming. I've gone through like highs and lows of all sorts. I've gone through like really motivated time periods of streaming to like really unmotivated, where like I really let my bad attitude get the best of me.
Hmm.
And you 100% attract what you put out. Like if I
Yeah.
show up to stream and I'm high energy, I'm like really like on it. You know what I mean? I drink 3 cups of coffee. I'm go, 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 go.
Hmm.
I like attract that type of chat, and I attract that type of just like community member. And like if there's days, I mean, I've had even time periods of just, it was so bad that like I had mods that I didn't even know that were giving that type of energy, that were like so negative. So
Jeez.
negative.
Yeah.
And I didn't even know. I couldn't even see it. You know
Hmm.
what I mean? But that's just like I was attracting that, and that's what I got, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
So like that's like if you're thinking of even content creating, like what you put on the internet is exactly what you get back.
Hmm.
If you're a bully, you're going to get bullied. If you like put out negativity, you're going to get negativity.
Hmm.
But if you put out the type of energy that's like accepting and loving, then you find that. I
Hmm.
wouldn't say that like I found my community, they definitely saved me. I was in a really dark place
Hmm.
even when I first moved to Vegas, and like I would not have been able to get out of that without the Discord community that we built together.
Yeah. And that's hard though. That's hard to do, like in trying to find that, because that means, especially on streaming, when we're putting ourselves out there, that we have to do a lot of internal work first. Like, what am I putting out there? Like, we have to check ourselves. Like, am I creating negativity? What am I allowing this? Like, when we start to notice, like, oh, there's some negative mods here, right? When that,
Dude, you don't even realize. You're just like, one day I just like looked up and I
hmm,
was like, bro, this is not it. Like, you
yeah.
gotta go. You gotta go. You gotta go.
Like,
I'm
this
like,
is
okay. I
not
was
what
like,
it's all
bye.
about. Yeah.
Bye.
Yeah. Like, how did you find ground
Ah,
here? But it happens, right? Where it
yeah.
starts in small steps. Like, I mean, this
Yeah.
is kind of like any kind of issue, right? Most of the time they don't come out as like absolute jerk faces right from the beginning. It's in small
Yeah.
ways, and as individuals become more comfortable, they feed into different things and it builds
100%.
to it. And you're like, hold on, this is not the
Yeah.
direction we want to go. I don't want to bring that
Yeah.
side out of me. You're pulling that out more and more, and I don't want that. And that's
Yeah.
hard to
There was
do. Be
times where I
like,
was like literally crying on stream. Like, it was
what?
terrible. Yeah. I let them make me cry on stream. How crazy is
That
that?
is insane. But like,
People that I don't even
yeah,
know.
you're like, hold on. But
I
that's
know.
how we find ourselves in toxic spaces, right? Because we're wanting to put ourselves out there. There's the desire to create connection and community. And when people are there investing in you, right? Like, because they're still showing up for stream,
Yeah.
right? It's hard to initially register that as toxic. Like, can it be bad if they're always here? But yes.
Yeah.
Yes, they
It's
can.
crazy. It's
Hmm.
like you like sometimes and I would definitely say that that period was like a period where I was very lost and I didn't know like where I wanted to go with this, what I wanted to do.
Hmm.
And like there was just a group of just individuals that would come in every day. They'd be super super active in chat, super
Hmm.
active in Discord. They'd be the first ones there. But just the type of energy that they were giving to not only like me, but new people in chat was just so negative. And I think like as a streamer or even just a content creator, you get really scared to let go of like
Yeah.
people that are like active or things that seem like they're working.
Hmm.
And so I was terrified. I was like, okay, if I kick these like three people, well, what the heck am I gonna do? No one's gonna be talking in the damn chat.
Yeah.
But it was so crazy because it was that day that they left that like 10 the chat was so active because people felt comfortable to talk. So like it
Like,
was so
oh,
insane. I was like, "What? Where have you been?" They're like, "We
yeah.
were just waiting for the other two dorks to leave." And I was like, "Oh man,
You're like, but that's
my
the hard
bad."
part, right? Because especially with digital, like if we're all face to face, we can kind of see each other. We're like, oh, heck is going on with this person? Like you can see the facial expressions, you can see the nonverbal messages of like, these people are not normal. But when it's just typing, you miss all of that extra message. You miss others, like, and it takes a lot of effort to be like, hey, I don't really like that person because you don't always want to be a stirrer, right?
Yeah,
And so
100%.
it's a problem, like to say, like, how do we go through it? And I totally get your fear because, especially when you're like, we're starting to get some momentum, like, I don't want to ruin that by losing people and what is valuable, right? And it's
Yeah,
great to have people that are talking. That's so wonderful. And it's like, what happens when no one does?
yeah, 100%. And it's
Hmm.
just like I think that kind of mentality definitely connects to like caring more about numbers than about
Yeah.
like quantity over quantity type of vibe.
Hmm.
But like that's one. I mean, I'm glad that I went through that at the time. I'm sorry to anybody that those people hurt. They hurt me as well. But I definitely am glad that that happened because I 100% will never let that happen again.
Yeah.
Like that will, I will see that as it blooms, and I'm like, "Meow,
Yeah.
get out of here."
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But like, yeah, I
Wiser.
mean, I think
Minus
a
your
lot of
wisdom
people go
teeth,
through
but
that.
you are wiser.
Yeah, maybe my chat doesn't think I'm wise anymore because I lost all my wisdom. So
Don't let them bully you. Don't let them bully you.
yeah,
Come on, hold your ground here.
let's
But
go.
but
It's a
it's part
gift,
of it,
dude.
right? And like we move forward. We move forward. Like they weren't in a good place. They were toxic. Hopefully they're better people wherever they are right
Yeah,
now.
I mean,
We
I
wish
definitely
them the
wish everyone
best.
the best.
Yeah, but it's like this is not the community space you need to be in
Yeah.
right now. You're
Yeah,
not
I mean,
healing
it
yourself
definitely just
here.
showed me one thing. It's like I'm 100% going to always protect my community from now on, and like,
Mhm.
and it also just like really, I mean, the people that stuck through that, which are like in the chat, like Savage will tell you, Taco, Crisis, like
Mhm.
the people that stuck through it, I'm so proud of them. But also, like, thank you so much for sticking through it. But like, also, like, I don't know. I mean, I definitely think that this happens to a lot of people. So there has to be like people that have gone through it that like lost their whole communities over something like that. You just can't get tied up on like quantity, like because quality makes you feel so much better. You know what I mean? Like, yeah,
Yes.
having a 40 average viewer, 50 average viewer stream will make you feel good. And you're like, oh my God, I did that.
Mm-hmm.
But like having a chat full of people that are like genuinely there to like love and support you and like don't care what kind of person you are that day. They just like are there for you and they're there for each other.
Mm-hmm.
That feels so much better. And that lasts a whole week of feeling good after, like, over
Yes.
that.
Yes. That's the hard thing to see. I will say, in talking to individuals on the stream, it does seem like a common thread with women, right? Because we're so often really concerned. We're used to carrying others and having to care for others' emotions and their feelings. Like, well, maybe they just didn't know. Like, we create excuses, or like maybe we can help them out, or they're just having a bad day, instead of like
Dude,
where we see other
yes.
streamers, right? We're like, no, I don't like
I've made
you.
that
You're
excuse so
out.
many times.
Right? We do. We try to reason it like, well, maybe they've just never learned how to, like, I've typed that before. I'm like, they're just learning proper etiquette on Twitch. But first of all, no, they're not. That's just how they are. And second of all, why is it my responsibility then to teach them how to be
Thank you, mommy.
generally okay, not even nice people, but just not rude people on stream?
Yeah, 100%. I mean,
Right?
I would definitely say like I've made a lot of excuses for people just to like justify it to other people. They're like, why is this person so mean? I'm like, just give him time. Like
Yeah.
he's young, or like
Hmm.
he's having a bad day. But I mean, at the end of the day,
Yeah.
like I said at the beginning, we all after 9 to 5,
Hmm.
or like the average 9 to 5, right? We get like 3 hours before we got to tuck ourselves into bed, 3 to 4 hours max.
Right.
And like, are we gonna spend that like unhappy, or are we gonna spend it happy? Because at the end of the day, like nobody owes streamers
Hmm.
a damn thing. Nobody owes to come to your chat. Nobody owes you to come gift a sub. Nobody owes you anything.
Right.
They decide to come there every single day, so you need to make sure that it's a place that people feel welcome to come to. You know what I mean?
Yes. Yeah. That's a really good point, right? What kind of space are we doing so that way it's worth our time to keep coming back?
Yeah.
Because if it continues to bring us down, or we don't feel like we can talk, why are we there?
Yeah. Also just like worth your time. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I have a stressful ass life. Like I'm literally, I mean, I get it. Like I travel and stuff and it's so cool, but at this point, like it is so stressful. It takes me 2 months to get visas to go to one city. In June, between June 1st and June 6th, we go to Taiwan, we go to Jakarta, Indonesia, South Korea, and
Oh,
Hong Kong.
geez.
And I've had to get visas for every single place just to go for a day. Not even a full day, like 12 hours. Literally, like just go, go,
Just,
go. And it's
I'm only
literally the
here. So you
life
don't
of a
really get to do
Leguanian.
anything there, right?
I
Like, you're
literally
just,
don't get to do a damn thing. I just have my camera out and I'm like, hi, Crisis. I hope you have fun editing this. It's just like, like if I didn't enjoy coming to stream, which at that point I wasn't, but
mhm.
obviously we cleared that up.
Yeah.
But if I don't enjoy coming to stream, why am I streaming? Because at the end of the day, like
Yeah.
I'm the one that's investing my money, my time, my energy into like this and creating like a high quality, like both physical high quality, but also just like
Hmm.
mentally investing all of my energy into this.
Yeah.
And you just have to like really make sure it's something that you want to do because like like she said, as women, it's very difficult because we want to care so much about people. But like you just need to like put your community as a whole above the needs of like one person,
Hmm.
you know?
Yes, absolutely. It makes me think of in any other workplace that you might have, like if a manager keeps around that one toxic employee, everybody else will leave. Everyone else
Yeah.
will leave. No one will want to stay there to work. You don't try to work around like, how do we make this toxic person? Like, no, the toxic person wants and needs to go if you want to keep the rest of your good employees around. That's how it is. And a good
Yeah.
manager then has to be the one to take that step up and either change that behavior real quick or ask them to get out.
Yeah, 100%.
That's the hard part. I'm really appreciative that you're open about the highs and lows because yeah, there are days where you go on like, I don't know if I can do this. Right? There's a
Yeah.
choice where others like it's not the same thing as like I'm just hopping on and I'm playing video games. Like how some people at the end of the day they just hop on, they play video games after work. Like it is a production.
Yeah. I mean,
You
and I
you're on
think it just
camera.
comes from like what you want, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like some people that's all they want to do and that's like that's dreamy, that's amazing. You got
Yeah.
your full-time gig and you stream your video games and that's fire. You have like your people that you vibe with, that you game with. I love that. I personally want I want to make big leagues. I want to take my community with me. You know what I mean? The
Yeah.
only reason I even want to make partner is because I want to help other people make partner, and I want to use my platform. I raid every single stream,
Mm-hmm.
and I let my community pick who we raid. Like
Oh,
I genuinely feel like the only way to keep the platform going of like Twitch is to continuously invest into Twitch.
yeah.
And that includes like rating people, that includes like joining people's communities, talking, like being active, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Um, but yeah, I mean, I'm
Yeah.
just like really motivated to continue doing this. And I just think that like, I think that not enough people are open about like all the struggles with it. I think everyone
Yeah.
wants to make it look super glamorous. You know what I mean?
It's great. My bills are always paid.
Yeah, it's
I'm never
amazing.
tired.
I
Right.
love editing. I
Yeah.
actually just went viral on my last video. Didn't go viral, got 3 likes. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
yeah. Everything's always great. All my
everything's
efforts
perfect.
always pay off.
Yeah, no, I think, and
Yeah.
you know, I'm with the esports organization too. Shout out Glow
Yeah.
Navy for helping me set this up. But
Which
um
their social stuff, because you help out with a lot of that. Like it's been really good.
yeah, it's sick. Like
Kudos.
I literally am so thankful to even have found. I was so worried to join an esports org because I
Hmm.
feel like I want to say like solid 70 to 80% of esports organizations just bank off of like their biggest creator
Yeah.
doing numbers for them.
Hmm.
And then I would say like another 10% of esports organizations are just super fucking massive and are just like impossible to even reach somebody to talk to.
Yeah.
But I've found like that little tiny sliver percentage of esports organizations where it's like it's give and take. Like
Hmm.
I do for them, they do for me, and it's just like a constant revolving like door of just like people giving to each other. Like
Hmm.
everyone in our organization, CC, Queen. Queen's new. I'm super excited for her to be here because I want to start making content together. But we like we all bring each other up and we all are just like constantly like giving each other ideas and it's just like
Hmm.
another little community, you know?
Hmm. Well,
I
yeah.
love
So,
it.
like, when you think like I want to inspire more the masses, right? Part of that is starting to think about who you're working with and how you can continue to grow. Glow Navy seems like an absolutely amazing organization. And you're right, like esports right now, there's not like a set standard, right? It's here and there. Everyone's kind of developing their own thing. There are a few like huge names out there. A few of
Yeah.
those orgs that are massive, but there are a ton of other esports organizations that are trying to change the field in their own way. Why
100%.
Glow Navy? Right. So you say
Um,
like there's some give and take, but why did you
yeah.
say like, yeah, this is the right fit?
I honestly don't even like know what the like exact thought process was behind it. I know
Hmm.
like I was running a ridiculous amount of custom lobbies back in the Call of Duty Warzone 1 days of Rebirth Island and
Yeah.
I would just run custom lobbies like every Tuesday. And all of a sudden like they just turned ridiculously sweaty. They got so sweaty and I was like, "Why are these lobbies so sweaty?" And I would just see like 5 people like Glow Navy loading, Glow Navy NASA, Glow Navy scuba and I'm like,
Yeah.
"Who's Glow Navy? Like who are these people? They're so
They're
sweaty."
starting to court you is what it is.
I know. And I'm like, I would do like tournament lobbies and they'd always come in and win. I'm like, man, these guys are too good. What the heck? And then I started developing like a pretty solid relationship with them. We follow each other on socials and like
Hmm.
I'd comment on like I'm super supportive on social media. I'll comment on everybody's stuff, like their stuff, follow
Yeah.
back, stuff like that. And then one day I was just like thinking, and I followed the Instagram page, and I was like, dude, these people are fucking popping, bro. Like this
Yeah.
is really sick. I hit up the owner, Ewall,
Hmm.
the guy who's like literally all of our mommies. He does literally everything for us from managing attitudes and
Dude,
tantrums to like
that's the
getting us
hardest part.
opportunities and everything like
Kudos.
that. He's amazing. He's the greatest. But I hit him up and talked to him and just from what I had seen on socials of how like supportive they are of their creators, which is so rare for like an org to like support every single creator on that org, you know
Yeah.
what I mean? Which is such a crazy thing to think of. You would think like an org would support its org, but like a
Hmm.
lot of the times what I see on socials is just like not, you know,
There's a
I feel like it's
disconnect.
just like a very like they'll pick their favorites and they'll support their favorites and that's it, you know?
Yeah.
But Glow Navy was like super supportive of all their creators. I had already vibed with everyone that I knew on the team,
Hmm.
and like all it took was like literally me joining. It literally they welcomed me in like family. Like Glow Navy Black, Glow Navy Leak, Glow Navy Leak. They are so supportive. They like everybody vibes with each other. They're just like so funny, so welcoming. And they just like brought me in like it was no questions asked. I was so nervous. I was like, what if these people don't like me? Like, what do I do? Like, I
This is
feel like
a
I have to try
popularity.
so
What if they
hard.
don't
Like,
like me?
what
They
if they
think
don't
my
like
hair
me?
is
Like, what do I
stupid.
do? Do I quit? I've already announced, you know? Chief Keef already commented on my post. I can't quit now.
Yeah,
Like, that's
you're
wild.
in it. You're in it. But like this feels very counter because we know esports to be very competitive. We've heard some cruelty that's occurred between even on teams, right? So to hear like this is a space
Yeah.
where there's respect. Like yeah, you can rib on each other, but like there's an understanding of
Yeah, we for sure
lines,
rib
of
on each other. Yeah.
attitudes, right? Like how far this needs to go, and you've got people that are keeping out. Kudos to you all, right? And shout
Yeah.
out to the owner Keith, right? So doing a great job there. But it's all about like how is this built? How is it kept in check? And that people are actively participating and keeping that in mind. So like even it sounds like one, they quartered you the right way. Like they want to get to know you. They got invested and it wasn't just like this cold reach out of like, hey, we saw your page. We liked you. Would you like to join us?
Yeah.
Right? Like
Just like some super dry. Yeah.
yeah. Yeah. Like there was a testing period to see like, does this seem like we're the right kind of attitude, right kind of tone, right kind of, player match on that end.
Yeah.
And it
Definitely.
flowed really well. And then came like that's to me, like that's the right way to network as well. Instead of
Yeah.
just like random, like, hey, let's do this. But you have that opportunity to get to know each other. You sit in streams, you allow that relationship to build. So there's familiarity. So that way, when you do say yes, and even though you still have those thoughts, like, what if they don't like me? You have a little more information to say, like, well, they came enough to my era. Like, they've been here enough. At some point, they must have liked a certain part or enough,
Yeah.
right?
I mean, I also really respected two things. One is that
Mhm.
obviously like Keith is obviously in music.
Mhm.
I'm in music. And so like it was cool to see somebody that was doing music and gaming, and that kind of like has brought a lot of inspiration to like what I want to do with my platform.
Mhm.
But then also the second thing being that like there's whether I mean, dude, he's obviously a massive musician, but like there's people that are just normal people, and like
Mhm.
they don't even put into the effort that like that Keith puts into to his content creators. He's constantly commenting on my stuff, DMing me like, yo, good shit on this, like ski ups, things like that. You know what I mean? I'm like, holy crap, I can't believe this guy's like DMing me about my freaking Call of Duty post. Like that's crazy. But like he genuinely like does actually give a fuck about his org. He
Yeah.
didn't, I feel like just anyone will just start an organization and just be like, all right, well, it wasn't phase, but here it is, and everyone's just chasing for like to be that, like
Yeah.
to be Nade Shot, to be phase, to be,
Mhm.
optic, to be these things. When like one thing that like Glow Navy does really well is just like using its network and resources to do what we can now and not focus so much on like where we want to be in 10 years from now. You know what I mean? Like we do like
Mhm.
a ton of charity stuff with the local
Love
kids in
that.
LA. We're just like using our platform for like better,
Mhm.
not just like making people laugh on social media, which is obviously fun and like that's cool and that gets engagement, but like
Right.
genuinely like doing like things that are going to change the world around us.
I love that. That's such a refreshing take. Like that's where it's like you're not just copy. Like you like there's other teams out there, right? They copy like that's what we want to be. We want to be phase. Trying just to repeat what's already out there. It sounds really like Glow Nation is like how do we make a difference and do something different where we are right now? Instead of thinking
Yeah.
like, well, when we're bigger, we'll do this. Like, right? Like
Yeah.
future talk. It's not, no, we can do stuff now. We're capable. We're amazing, right? We've got
Yeah.
resources and means and people who've got heart and character. Let's do this. And I think that's brilliant. I love that you all do charity streams. I think that's also fantastic.
Yeah. I want to do something. Me and Ewall came up with an idea for TwitchCon or even like COD Champs coming up.
Mm.
I want to do like a 1v1 me thing, and if you beat me, I'll put 20 in a bowl, and then we'll like gift the whole bowl to like charity. I'm insane at 1v1s. Like that is one thing
That's
I
your
have been
thing.
doing for years. I'll do literally 6-hour streams of just 1v1ing people in my chat.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, come beat me. If you can beat me, come beat me. You want to talk shit? And then they lose. And I have like an 80-20 win ratio
That's
on my
amazing.
1v1s. I'm insane. I'm literally insane. I'm
Yes.
super confident about my 1v1ing abilities.
I honestly,
That's for
I
sure.
think that's a great charity. Like 1v1 me, $20 each time. Like you're going to rack up. People
Oh, for
people
sure.
love
I
that.
mean, maybe if I lose.
Oh,
No, it's like if you beat me, I'll put 20 in the bowl. And I feel like I feel like
Get
that'll
a
get
get
like
a
a lot of
company to sponsor that. Like
traction.
if I lose, you cover every,
I'll throw some. I'll throw
20.
some.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
I'll
Well,
throw
there's
some.
companies that do that. It's like the same thing. Like for every mile I run, you donate $10, right? Like that sort of thing.
Yeah.
For like every game I lose, which I'm really good at, you only have to donate $20. And like at the end of the day,
Yeah,
most
yeah.
charity or most orgs like, well, let's double it because we want to be good
Yeah.
people.
I mean, I just feel like there's so many ways to just like give back and like I
Hmm.
mean, you made a really good point. A lot of people are just like, "Well, when I'm here, like this is what we'll do." It's like, "No, like what resources do you have right now and what can you do with those
Yes.
resources?"
Yes.
It doesn't take I mean, even if you use Streamlabs, like if you use Streamlabs, they make it super easy to start doing charity streams. You know
Hmm.
what I mean? And it doesn't even have to be like charity. It can be like literally anything. It's just like,
Yeah.
how are you giving back to either the community around you, the community that you built? You
Hmm.
know, like again, like people don't owe you a damn thing. So like, what are you gonna do to make it a place that they choose to come to every single day? You know?
Hmm. Yes. Yes. And that's the thing, like being thoughtful. Let me ask this. What has been one of your favorite charity streams that you've done? Whether it was one you hosted or one that you were a part of?
Someone had reached out to me one time because he was actually like in 9/11, like he was like one of the first responders.
Oh my
And
goodness.
so we did a charity stream for first responders and I would match every dono. It was like five, it was like if we catch a dub or whatever. It was a very community based one where like my chat was also donating. So
Yeah,
I would match the people that donated, but then I would also like if I caught a dub, I would also donate. So that one was like super dope. I really
that's
like doing that one.
awesome. I think that's a fantastic idea. And of course, something that is very heartwarming. We love good causes, right?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I mean, just like really insane. Like you don't even
Mhm.
that was insane. I was like, "What? You were 9/11?" He's like, "Yeah, I would really appreciate if you donated to this." I'm like, "I got you one better." And then I did a stream with the thing and it was like super sick.
Yeah, you're like we can get more people involved in this. But that's
Yeah.
that's the best part about the gaming community. So we just had Rescue Oregon a little while ago. So the IRC, they work a lot with refugees. Well, that's what they do. Not work a lot. That's their goal, right? They work with
That's
refugees in that space, and they're getting into the gaming space. And I'm like, yes, because I mean, while we talk shit all the time, gamers are some of the most generous and really community driven individuals that want to support great
yeah.
causes. Like we're really
Yeah, I
good
mean,
at
there's definitely
insulting one
nowhere
another,
that
but it comes from a
yeah,
good heart.
100%. There's not another type of industry that I know of that
Hmm.
like of people that give as much to each other as they do in video games, like at all.
Yes.
100%.
It's one of those, it's kind of unexpected, right? Like, where would this come from? But it's because it's so community based, right? We recognize and see each other, like the human part, the struggles that we go through, and how important it is to have space where we can have fun, where we can support, and being able to bring it here. It's a really strange and unique experience and community that's now just this is what the gaming community is known for. This is what we do and what we do really well. And I love
Yeah.
that charity streams aren't like very strange. Like I feel like I could hop on Twitch right now and easily find maybe like 20 charity streams on a variety of different
100%. Yeah.
categories, right? And that's a fantastic thing to see. Like why
Yeah,
not?
100%. I definitely do want to see people getting more creative with it though. I think
Mhm.
sometimes people just like do charity stream without like there's
Yeah.
literally so many ways to get creative with it. You could literally do like game based, community based. You could do an IRL charity stream and walk around and like
Mhm.
there's just like so many different things to do and I definitely hope to see Twitch implement more focus based around that because there's so many people that use this platform. It's insane. No
Yeah.
matter how many kicks come out, no, there's nothing is going to beat up Twitch. Like just nothing at this point. Like it just has such a monopoly. And so like just I think that they need to start building out platforms of like making it easier for like people to interact with things that are going to like change the world around us, you know?
Start thinking bigger, not just
Yeah.
there's a lot of effort around the monetization and
Yeah.
supporting big streamers, but yes, like how do we make this more accessible for other individuals? How do we build community better within these spaces? How do we allow them to express themselves and support causes that they really love on this
Yeah.
end? There's a lot of great growth
100%.
opportunities. And I think you're right. I love that you balance this of offering critique of Twitch but also being fully invested, right? Like these
Yeah.
are the platforms that we choose. And because we're a part of it, we can critique it. Like we're offering this feedback because it's worth investing in. Like there's
Yeah.
there's potential here if it's fostered in the right way, if it's given good guidance, if the right people continue to be a part of it, right? And I want to give kudos out to Twitch employees because I think sometimes they get a bad rep. Like, what is Twitch doing? And we're talking
Sure.
about it as the organization. But when it comes down to it, the individuals they're good people that also have dreams of like,
Yeah.
how do we do this? But it's hard to move
Yeah.
any big organization to do
So
like,
many hands. There's so
yes.
many people in the office that are all like brainstorming together. I mean, I have literally never been to a TwitchCon.
Mhm.
I'm going this year partly because it's in Vegas and I live in Vegas, but like I'm so nervous and I'm just like I have no idea what to expect. I don't know what it's gonna look like. I've been to conventions. Is it a
Yeah,
convention? What is it? I don't even know what it
kind
is.
of.
I'm so nervous. I
You're
don't
going to have
know.
a fun time is what's going to really happen. You're going to meet a
Yeah.
lot of amazing people and you're going to see a lot of cool things.
So nervous. I'm just gonna go and I'm gonna be like, oh, that's cool. Oh, that's cool. Free things, cool.
I love stickers. Thank you.
Thank you for the stickers.
Is Glow Nation doing a table there or are you all just meeting like afterwards for like happy hours and things like that?
We're doing some activations that are
Ooh.
in the works. I don't know if I can talk about it,
Okay, fair
but
enough. We won't
I know
ask for.
we're working with a few companies to do some content things with them.
Okay. Okay.
But yeah, I'm actually really excited. Once it is 100% locked in,
Hmm.
I will be the first to share it because I'm very excited.
Very good. Very good. So if anyone's curious, and especially if you're going to TwitchCon, make sure you're following Steph and Glow Nation on Twitter, Instagram, so that way you know and you can show up and enjoy it. Boom.
For sure.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna do. I mean, I don't know how many people are going to TwitchCon in my community. I'm definitely gonna be
Mhm.
doing some sort of like a meet and greet vibe.
Oh yeah.
I'm not in the position. Maybe I'll be in the position at that point. I don't know. Money's tight right now, but I really want to do like a TwitchCon giveaway and like fly someone out to TwitchCon. I think that would be so dope to like give somebody an opportunity that is just like not in that
Hmm.
realm of being able to like afford and do that.
Yes.
I think that'd be super sick.
You know, I haven't seen as much of this advertised everywhere, but I was looking at another con recently. It's called Big Bad Con, and they have scholarships for people to
That's
apply
so
to,
sick.
right? Like, so like, oh, I wouldn't be able to attend because flights and hotel are too expensive, but you can apply for a scholarship to be able to attend. I'm like, why aren't more cons doing this? Like, that helps out with accessibility so much, especially pulling in more people. Like, why not? I love that. I don't know. I got really excited about it. And that's what it made me think of.
That's
Like,
so
you're
sick.
basically offering like a scholarship to come win, come and hang
Scholarship
out.
ski. No, I'm just kidding. No, I feel like that would be really cool. And like I said, I really want to start using my platform in the way that I can. Maybe I can get
Mhm.
some sponsors on it or something. I just want to start
Yeah.
just giving to people and giving people opportunities that they just like can't get other places. I mean, like
Hmm.
again, just like ways to be different, ways to be unique, and just ways to just like give people what you wish you got. That's like my
Yeah.
number one thing. This is why I started a community. Honestly, I started streaming because someone told me to, but I didn't really realize like kept streaming because like I
Hmm.
wanted to give people what I didn't have, which was like a community.
Yeah.
I wanted to give people an area to talk, which I didn't have. You know what I mean? And just like I obviously ended up ultimately giving it to myself too because I was like
Hmm.
invested in it, but like giving people opportunities to travel when they don't get to travel, giving people opportunities to go meet their favorite streamers, doesn't have to be me, but like their favorite streamers,
Yeah.
when they
It
wouldn't
could be you and
otherwise be
more.
able to. Yeah, like
Hmm.
working just like I just want to do it all.
Yeah.
I'm super. That's like one thing I really want to do. I'm trying to figure out how to do it. But
Mhm.
like I said, once I figure it out, it is game over. I
Well,
can't wait.
you certainly have the skills for it, right? Booking, you're like, I know how to do this. I know how to manage all this travel and get it all set up.
Yeah, I'll fight it. I am the most savvy at flying cheap. Like I'm a budget traveler.
You haven't
I have to
lost your
literally
phone
budget
sense though,
international
right?
tours.
You
What happened?
haven't lost your phone sense though, right?
No, 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 no. I'll never fall asleep in the airport again. Now, if I fall asleep at airport, I'm like this.
Yeah,
With my
protecting it.
phone, like, on my chest, like, clutching it.
You'll have to
Like a
wrench it from
grip.
my dead cold fingers. Good luck.
Yes, literally. Good lord.
No, I love that though. I think that's a really brilliant idea, and I'm surprised I haven't heard any other streamers say that. Like, I think that's a great idea. Be like, I want people to feel like they can come out and visit. I want them to
Yeah,
be a part of it. I want to share experiences with them that they may not always be able to have, but they want, right? Like, and it's what
yeah,
you wanted, and that's where you kind of follow that. There's some
yeah.
similarities that as you feed yourself, you get to feed others too.
100%. I mean, I am only in the position to go to TwitchCon this year because it's where I live, like I said. But like
Hmm.
last year, the year before, when I first started streaming, I was like, $250 for a ticket, and I gotta fly to San Diego, and I gotta get a hotel. That sounds
And
expensive.
then food on
Like,
top of
that's so
it.
crazy. I felt so alienated. I felt so just like people
Hmm.
like, "Oh, are you going?" I'm like, "No."
Yeah.
Like I felt so just like left out. Like I just don't want people to feel like that. It's so insane.
Yeah.
You know, like if I could give somebody an opportunity to do it, I want to, you know, like that's
Hmm.
just like obviously I can't fly everybody out there, but like I
Yeah.
said, maybe get a little sponsor money somewhere. I'm gonna hit up a couple of people
Hmm.
and be like, yo, throw a couple hundo on this, match me.
Yeah.
Let's fly some
Yeah.
people out to TwitchCon.
But that's the start of it, right? Like you're opening the door, you're talking about possibilities, and you're building a foundation in your community of what matters. I think
Yeah,
that's
definitely.
wonderful. That's the important part that we start
Yeah.
continue to reach at, because when we plant those seeds, like more things come from that garden.
I actually did something that I'm gonna continue doing. So in January was my birthday. We did the first annual ski weekend. It was my birthday. We did like
I think that's a
we
brilliant theme.
literally, I'm so excited. I'm excited for the second annual ski weekend.
Hmm.
But the first annual ski weekend was kind of like on the whim. We had some people fly out. Whoever wanted to fly out, they just flew out to Vegas.
Yeah.
It was like kind of the easiest place to get people together because flights were cheap and hotels were cheap. I helped everyone, you know, find the cheapest flight, cheapest hotel.
Hmm.
I went and picked people up from the airport, drove everyone around so they could save on Ubers. Like it was like really fun. We did like Top Golf, we did dinners, we did
Oh.
just like a bunch of fun different things. I made everybody t-shirts with my face on them and like their name. Super fun. It was really
That's so
fun.
nice.
Yeah, it was really cool. We did then we did like a cooking stream where I cooked everyone dinner.
Oh.
Forgot to season the chicken, but it was good. It was a good dinner.
Did you just hand them
Um
plain chicken?
yeah, I know. I tried to make like chicken quesadillas and everyone's like it just tastes like chicken and cheese and I'm like, "Oh my god, I forgot to put like any seasoning at all on it." The most plain chicken.
It was allergy friendly, right? Like just
Yeah,
not even
definitely. No
salt.
salt. I didn't even put nothing on it. I was in a rush. We were gonna be late for Topgolf. I did make some really fire. It was like ground turkey and cheese and a bell pepper thing.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
was fire.
Yes.
That was really yummy.
You're like, you're
That had to be
capable
done.
of it. You just forgot. It happens.
Yeah, I was just rushing. I was just like, we
Yeah.
got 10 minutes to call Ubers. Here's chicken quesadilla. And they were like, oh, good. I'm like, don't
You're
lie
being
to me.
polite. Like, this is fine.
Yeah, literally. But no, it was super fun and it was just like another example of just like unique ways, you know, you don't just have to like I'm not saying go meet everybody
Mhm.
IRL, but I'm just saying like
Sure.
give people opportunities to show you and kind of prove to you that they're
Mhm.
like very invested in this community and they're gonna do it. You know, like it
Yeah.
doesn't just have to be playing video games with people. There's so many ways to like connect with your community. I actually had somebody DM me the other day and they're like, "Hey, Steph, like I've always looked up to you," and I'm like, "Why?" But anyways, 'cause I
Wow,
still feel
that
like I'm like,
negative voice and that internal negative voice came out
I
real
know, I
quick.
know, I know, I know, I know, I know. But they were like, "I've always looked up to you." Like I just had like a crazy, crazy good engaging like stream. Like what do I do next? Like what's my next steps? And I'm
Mhm.
like, dude, you have to do like something with your community. He's like, well, I don't think it's like big enough to do like a gaming community night. I'm like, yeah, but you could do something on like Discord has integrated so many new games. You can play poker with your Discord.
Yeah.
You can play tic tac toe, Scrabble, whatever. Like there's just like so many things that you can do. You
Mhm.
could do movie nights, hang out, like just finding ways to just like make people feel like you want them for more than a viewer. Like
Yeah. That's a
genuinely
community.
like treating them like individuals and not just like a number on the ticker of
Mhm.
how many viewers you have, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yes.
Because that is like the one thing that makes me stick around. Like when I go into, I'm a viewer too. Like when I go into people's streams and they're just
Mhm.
like, "Oh hey Steph," and like it's doing what you're doing, versus going in and be like, "Stephskiii, woo 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 woo," you know what I mean? And just like hyping you up and like making
Yes.
you feel good. Like
Mhm.
again, we're here to we want to feel good. Like I only
Yeah.
have so many hours a day to be watching people's streams. Like I
Mhm.
want to feel good when I go into someone's stream.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. I what is it? Always bring like golden retriever energy when meeting people, because people will want to continue to meet you, right? Like If you greet
I've
people
never
like how
heard that
dog,
before.
yeah, well, everyone loves to be greeted by dogs because dogs always get so thrilled, like you're the best person in the world, and they hype you up, right? Like, and if you're a
Yeah.
person that brings dog energy to meeting people, people are like,
Bring that
yes,
dog energy. I got that dog in me. Come on
yes.
now.
Well, that's one of the best parts. Like, they love me. No, everyone loves to be loved by dogs. Even if you're not a dog person, like if you're chosen by a pet that is not your own, right? Like it's one thing when it's your own. They have their attitude, but when it's somebody else's pet and you feel like they've picked me, you're like, I've been
Like they
honored.
chose me. I'm like literally that's like me at every party. I was like go and I find the dogs. I'm like, they
Yes.
chose me. These are my dogs now.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. Or a raccoon or whatever you choose, right? If cats, I'm allergic to cats. But if I have friends that have cats, like I still want to be their cat's favorite person, right? Like
Yeah.
then I'm excited to go back to their house, not to see them, but to see their pets.
To see the cat, of
Yes.
course. Literally.
Yes.
That is
Hmm.
me in a
So be the
nutshell.
pet of
I
your
love animals.
stream. Where everyone's like, I want
I
them.
had this whole vision of one day opening like an animal sanctuary of just like rescuing farm animals from like bad farms and stuff and just putting them on this land and being
Hmm.
like live free.
Yes. Live free, be
I love
happy.
animals.
That's another
Yeah.
experience you can bring with your stream, right? We're
I was
doing good
vegan for like
causes.
I'm on 10 years no beef now. No beef, no pork. It was no
Dang.
beef, no pork, no chicken, no fish, but
Yeah.
then I started touring more and I was like
Yeah.
I can't eat salads everywhere. I'm gonna
Yeah.
dwindle like a piece of lettuce.
Yeah.
So I
Especially
had to start
traveling
eating chicken.
international, that can be harder to accommodate over time.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah. I think
Yeah.
airplanes, when they look at that, that is like you only get salads. Like that's
Salads and like I wasn't even eating cheese. So then I went to vegetarian and pescatarian. Now I'm eating chicken and turkey, but still no
Mhm.
beef. This is my 10th year, no beef. How crazy is that?
Congratulations. I love that. I love that. You're like, I'm holding to it. But that's part of it. Like, we do what we can is the key thing.
Yeah.
Like, when you can, you're
Yeah.
like, all right, I'm not going to eat chicken unless when you have to, right? Like, there's choices. Though somebody is saying lies. Crunchy Taco saying lies
Yeah,
in
okay.
Japan.
Well, the one place that I'm gonna have beef is gonna be Tokyo. Okay. I had a nibble of A5 Wagyu
It's the
in Tokyo.
experience.
At the Gucci Astoria. Do you know what a Gucci Astoria is, Taco? It's the cafe in the Gucci store in Tokyo. My friend knew the head chef. The cafe was closed
Yeah.
and he let us in and he gave us a free meal. And that is just rude not to eat it. So I had one bite of it. It was in my YouTube vlog and I was like, "Oh my god. I just had beef for the first time in 9 years." But that was all that
How
I
did
had.
it
But if
taste?
I am to break the 10-year
Yeah.
hiatus off beef, it is going to be in Japan for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah. That's fair. That's fair. Was it good after coming back after so long?
It was like weird. It was like it was a what was it? It was like a beef shrimp thing.
Okay.
So I didn't really know. It was like I honestly don't even remember the taste of it, but I remember the face I made. I was like, oh,
I'm
like
still
I
trying
even
to
broke
wrap
my
my head
head.
around that there's a restaurant inside a Gucci store. Like I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm like, what is, what, why,
it's
how?
it's really crazy. Look it up. It's the Gucci Astoria in Tokyo. It's in the shopping district. It is this fancy ass cafe where they do charcuterie boards and like wagyu and just so much yummy food.
I feel like
I
I
had
wouldn't
this
even know what
cheese
to
with a
do.
honey on it. I was like, so good. The food in Tokyo
Yeah.
is, if you ever wanted to know from someone that has been to every country in the entire world, Tokyo is my favorite city. Japan is my favorite country in the entire world.
Why?
I would eat food off of the floor. I'm
What?
drinking out of my Tokyo mug. It is so clean there. It is insane. It looks like they pressure wash the ground 10 times a day, 3 times an hour. It's so clean. There's just like virtually no pollution in the air.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody even really drives. Everyone takes the train. The train runs on the minute, every minute. If you miss the train, there's another one coming 30 seconds later and it is just on it. The food is immaculate. The shopping is crazy. The styles that they have are just like 10 years ahead of us there.
I've just got it all figured
Amazing.
out. What are we
Place is
doing
just,
here?
I'm going back. I
We're
need to
just
go back.
plebes.
Go to Tokyo. If there's any place that you're like, I don't know
Mhm.
where to go, like I want to go somewhere, go to Tokyo. And
Just
then we
hyping.
went to Nintendo World in Osaka. We went to
Yes.
Universal. So lit.
That sounds amazing.
They're opening one in LA, but
Yes.
it's like influencers only right now, and I'm not an influencer enough. So we're gonna go pretty soon, though. I'm
Yes.
excited.
Yes. And they're doing something with Universal Studios in Orlando as well. It's not going to be a whole Nintendo world, but
Where I'm
there's going to be
from.
another park that's opening that has some of those features, apparently.
That's so crazy. I
If
didn't
you
even
ever
hear
want to
about that.
return to Orlando.
Yeah. Well, I go back a lot. I mean, I definitely like will always have love for Orlando. I
Sure.
just like literally had to leave, especially after that thing that happened,
Oh,
because it's
yeah.
just like it was like everywhere that I looked was just like I associated because Orlando's literally so small. Like
Mm-hmm.
if you think about it, like even where Disney is, that's Kissimmee. That's not even Orlando.
Yeah.
Like Orlando is literally like this big
Mm-hmm.
in the middle of Florida, and it was just like every street I was on, every corner I would be on a red light, every place I went to go eat just was like I attributed to like a bad memory or like
Oh,
somebody that
okay.
I didn't want to remember, and I was
Yeah.
just like, I gotta get out of here. Like this
Yeah.
is not it for me.
Yes.
So
Moving locations can be such a refreshing space. You're like, all right, I'm feeling all new. Heck, even in this space, like I'm stuck here, right? This is my office. Like, how many times I've painted my own walls to make it feel like a new space, right?
yeah,
It
literally. No,
changes your
I love the
mindset.
room.
It's your
Yeah.
approach, right? It's healthy to do. It gives you new inspiration, a new way in which you can tackle whatever you're doing within that space. So I love it.
Yeah. I don't even know why I chose Vegas. I was just like, get me the fuck out of here. I
Vegas had
drove all the way across the country
opportunities,
and
right?
yeah.
Also,
I
Vegas
mean, the
is kind of
honestly,
cool.
the housing is so cheap here.
Mm-hmm.
Like it is so cheap. What I paid in Orlando doesn't even compare to what I pay here. It is so cheap to live here. I mean, I'm sure pretty soon it's going to get more expensive, but
Sure.
right now this is the place to be. The
Mm-hmm.
food, I'm such a foodie. Like the food is
Yeah.
so good here.
Yeah. You all have options. And honestly, Las Vegas itself has really changed in the last 10
Yeah,
years. It is
for sure.
significantly different and one, a lot cleaner too. Like I've been
Yeah,
3 times now, and each time I go back, I'm like, this is cleaner than the time before, right?
yeah.
They're
I mean, they're
handling it
definitely
so
doing
much
good.
better.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's becoming a lot more
Have
friendly.
you ever heard about the entire underground city of homeless people in Vegas?
What?
There's like a city under the ground because it's too hot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So so there's a whole underground utopia of just homeless people that live underground in Vegas, and that's why it looks cleaner because they did that.
They just live. Wait, how? What, are there? So there's no like subway that they're like, all
No,
right, we live in the tunnels here, right? And we've built a city.
no.
How?
I mean, there's obviously like sewer systems. I don't know. I don't think it's exactly sewer. I think there's a documentary on it somewhere, but it is an entire just like underground system of just like I mean, think about it. It gets to like the
It is
peak
hot.
last year was 130 degrees. I don't leave my house. Like it's either too cold or too hot. Like I literally stay right here all day. People are like, "Oh my god, like Vegas, you must party so much. Like
Like,
you must
no.
go out." I'm like, "I don't leave my house. Like it's crazy."
It's too hot. It's too cold. I'm not happy out there.
I know, I'm not. Every time I left today to go drop my dog off to go get neutered, and
Yeah.
I was so miserable outside of my house. I was like, "I need to go home."
What is the weather,
Like
Ray?
I it's literally just like I don't it's like 102 or something outside, windy. I'm
Okay.
allergic to dust. I can't do it. Every time I leave my house, I'm just like, I need to go back
You're
home.
like dying.
I know. I really people are oh my gosh. And also just like if you're watching this, I love you, but like people always hit me up and they're like, "I'm in your city." I'm
Yeah.
like, "Have fun." Like what?
I don't want
Am
to
I
see it.
Am I the designated host now that I live in
Yes.
Vegas? Anytime somebody comes to Vegas, I have to take them out and take them around. Like, dude, when
Personal
I'm
tour
home,
guide.
I'm barely home. When I'm home, I want to sit my ass right here and I want to crack out on Modern Warfare 2 ranked. That's all I want to do.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Yeah. Like,
You
just let
know,
me chill. You can
just let me
explore it on your
chill.
own. I'll give you
Yeah.
recommendations. Have fun.
Yes. I
Mm-hmm.
should just make a running note that I just send to every person that asks me. Like, hey, sorry, I'm out of town, but here's some places you can go and just copy paste.
Yes. Yes. But be nice. Like, there's links, right? Like, here's like all my top favorite good lunch places, good dinner places. Have fun.
Let's go cyber with the biddies. Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it gets pretty crazy here. I mean, I think I'm just like so numb to like it's really just the same people coming out to perform and like the same artists and DJs and concerts. So like
Mm-hmm.
I don't feel the need to go out. I honestly go out a lot less than I did when I lived in Orlando
Yeah.
because there's just too much to do and I have like
Mm-hmm.
ADHD, so then I'm like I can't pick what to do, so I'm not going to do anything. And that's what I do. Like
You're like,
it's really
nothing.
great.
Perfect. Decision made.
The like
So much
reverse
easier.
psychology that I did on myself moving here is Made me very focused.
Perfect. Perfect. So besides the dust and the extreme heat, it seems like Las Vegas has turned out to be a really great fit for you.
It honestly really has, you know. I don't see myself moving anytime soon.
Mm-hmm.
I literally have like my dream house. This is my dream game room. I've never had a room like this. When I first like moved to this house, I was like,
I can do
I have my
this.
own little space and like nobody can bother me. And like I have this all set up and I built this myself. It's just like I feel like this is just like literally like my little corner.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Anything that happens outside of this room doesn't affect this room. Anything that happens in this
Right.
room doesn't affect what happens outside this room. And this is just like my little mojo dojo.
Sure.
Dojo.
Mojo
There
Jojo.
you go.
Got it.
Mojo dojo.
Well,
So
let's
funny.
walk us through the room because you have some adorable little decorations in here.
Yeah.
Let us see
Okay.
the tour of this. You won't give us the tour of Vegas, but give us a tour of your safe haven.
Okay, yeah, this is my safety den. So this is my first ever PC that I got. I
Mhm.
actually had to get this PC like my second week into streaming, because I was streaming off of my Xbox 360 hooked up to an HDMI to like this like gaming laptop that I had. But every single stream that I would go live on, it would either last 30 minutes, 3 hours, 6 hours, but it would always end in a blue screen of death. Like the laptop would
Really?
never. Yeah, it was like, no, literally, it was the worst. It was the worst. And like, I love raiding, and the communities that I was a part of always raided. And I was like, I want to fucking raid, and I
Yeah.
can't raid because I end in blue screen of death. It's just so frustrating. So I was like, you know what? I hit affiliate in 7 days. Shout out to Nova Court because she is the only reason why. She literally rated me every day until I hit affiliate so I could have my average viewers. She's amazing. But
I love that support.
and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna just full send this $700 PC that is honestly, now that I know about PCs, this PC is a piece of absolute garbage, but it does
But
the
it
trick. It's
worked.
got like a 1650 Super in it, like 8 GB of RAM, like literally dog shite.
Okay.
But you know what? It does it. It's cute.
Yeah.
And it's just my streaming PC now because of my stream. It literally all it does is just the stream.
Yep.
This is my gaming PC. This one has a 3080 Ti in it and like 32 gigabytes of RAM, so it's a little
She's
bit better.
healthier.
And that's just for gaming. So I have my Light Fury and my Night Fury. And then you see like my two.
Oh, I see it now. I get it. Cute.
Yeah. These are all stuffed animals that my community's gotten for stream. I have like a wish list with like squishies on it, and then just like get different squishies. So each one is attested to different people. And so like this one was from Bobo, this one was from Tater, this one was from Charmander. And so it's like me remembering them on my stream.
It's like they're there with you. Like there's your live audience.
Yeah, literally live audience. This one is actually really sick. I got this from Glow Navy Crew. I'm gonna paint it, but it's like the mascot, so to say, right?
Yeah.
And then you can paint it like whatever you want. It's pretty sick.
I love that idea. I think that's great. And again, inspires
like,
creativity.
Thug and just squishy animals. You know what I mean? Like I'm gangsta, but I also am girly, like gangsta girly.
You can be both. That's right. We love that.
And then I got some organizing to do down here, but I have like an Oculus. It makes me too nauseous. I'm probably gonna give it away on my stream, because I just like literally can't wear it. I'm so just vertigo up the ass. Like I cannot deal with anything.
It's not your
like
game
that.
type. Fair enough.
I have these that I got from Tokyo. They're little Yoshi candies. They're
Oh,
so cute. I have to eat them. I want to eat them, but I can't chew anything, so I'm waiting until I can chew until I'm gonna eat it. I have this. I'm gonna do a giveaway with. It's a 3060. I actually like love doing giveaways again. Like I feel like it's just charity without doing charity, giving back to the people in the community that can't like they'll pull up every single day, but maybe they can't buy something new for themselves. You know what I mean? So I have like headsets, controllers, graphics cards. I'm doing big giveaways pretty soon, so that'll be fun.
I love that. How do you choose like what to do as giveaways, like for your community? Like, yeah, they're gonna want this.
I don't know. I really don't know. Honestly, I don't even know if anybody wants anything that I'm giving away. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. You guys, like, I don't know, Savage, do you think that they're gonna want it? Like, I feel like they'll want it. I don't know. It'd be cool. I do try to listen when people are like, "Oh, like my controller's broken," or "Oh, my headset's not working," or like Taco was just talking about needing a new mic, so maybe I'll do a mic giveaway.
Yeah.
So I try to remember different things, but yeah. And then I have, let's see, you can see my My camera is real janky, so I'm gonna try to turn it, and if it turns black, just
Yeah.
give me a second.
Yeah, we'll
But
believe in you. Okay, fingers crossed everything
okay,
goes well.
there we go. Okay,
Okay,
so
we
I
see the
have
mirror.
a triple monitor setup, as you can see
Beautiful.
in the mirror in the back. Oh no!
It's
Oh,
okay. It
there.
just blinked. It just blinked.
Stop
We're all
blinking.
holding our breath here. Like, is it going to be okay?
It's so crazy because I bought this camera to invest in like
Mm-hmm.
me and Crisis's vlogging project that we're doing on YouTube,
Ooh.
um, and just to have like a better stream quality in general.
Yeah.
But like because my PC's there and the camera's here, I have to have like an extra long cord, and I think it's just like losing connection a little bit in
That's
between.
fair.
So I have a hair tie wrapped around it, holding it in place. It's real insane. It's a hair tie holding the cord up,
Yes.
wrapped around the microphone,
Mm-hmm.
and it's on this box. And I didn't even realize what this box was until I looked down the other day, and I was like, oh my God, I was supposed to do an unboxing with that box. Like, that's a company that sent me this box.
And they're just waiting, like, maybe she forgot
And
about
it's
us.
just holding my camera up. But yeah, I got some plants from IKEA. I got this nano lines that are broken and I don't know how to fix them. But yeah, I mean, this
That's
is
fair.
like my dream setup. I have a nice little couch over here with a bunch of stuffed animals on it. It's
Well, you built
quaint
it
but
out.
cute.
But that's what you
Yeah,
always want. Like, you want a space where it feels like you. When you look at it, like it's decorated for you, it's got things that you like, and it's also functioning the way that you want. Hair ties included, right? Like, yeah,
yeah.
that's like mine has
Like
random zip ties, right? Like,
it's
okay.
very much me, ghetto fabulous, you know? It's very
Yes.
much it's like looks good, but isn't good. It was like, oh, sick dual PC. I'm like, yeah, it's a 1650 Super. They're like, ugh.
You can keep that. But
Premiere is
like that's
always
part of it.
MVP,
Like,
they said.
and it's just like with anything, like it builds up over time. Like it's like here's what works
Yeah,
now. And a lot of
yeah.
people panic about that. Like when I start streaming, like you've got to have X, Y, and Z. Like no, just start. You'll
I'm
build.
100% the picture
Mhm.
perfect image of like looking like you have it together and you just don't have it together.
Yeah.
But you don't have to have it together because I'm functioning perfectly fine with my hair tie holding my cord up and my
Hmm. Yeah.
1650 Super PC that crashes all the time. And
Hmm.
as long as you want it to work, it will work. It doesn't have to be perfect. A lot of times people are like, I want to start streaming, but I don't have money to start. I literally have, so I just recently became an Amazon influencer. So I have a
Hmm.
storefront on Amazon.
Nice.
And what I do is it's like wish list. I'm a cosplayer. So I have like each cosplay on each wish
Hmm.
list. But then I also have this like streaming for beginners. And it's literally like $100 total between a capture card, a camera, and like a microphone. You know what I mean? And that's really like, you could even go with less. Like you even don't even need that much. But
Yeah.
like it's just people get so caught up in wanting to do things like the best possible way, which
Hmm.
obviously I love, you know,
Yeah.
always want that for yourself, but don't let that stop you from doing what you can now, you know?
Hmm. And there's things that help carry for that. Like when you've got a great personality, when you are talented at what you do, like that helps lift those things up. Like, yeah, maybe my mic isn't the sharpest that it could be out there, but there's a lot you can do with some mid-level microphones. You don't always have to
For
buy like
sure.
the highest level things out there. You can do so
Yeah.
much already. And all of that is peripherals, right? All of it
Yeah.
to what the main goal is.
I mean, shout out to Twitch to even building out what they've built out now on just mobile streaming on your phone. Like they've in the past like 3 months have done so much with IRL and like an iPhone streaming. I can literally just stream on my iPhone, have impeccable quality.
Hmm.
I just went live after getting my. I don't even know how I did this. They threw me in the car, and I just managed to literally not only type a noti like bar, I typed
Yeah.
a title, and I went live on Twitch,
Yeah.
all under like anesthesia. And I was just literally like,
Hey, friends.
and it's just that easy now, you know? You can just literally do anything.
I won't lie, I would be real nervous to go live on anesthesia. The things I would say.
Dude, well, like I would have been more nervous, but like I didn't fall asleep on my anesthesia, and I just posted a YouTube video today. Shout out Crisis for editing of my anesthesia horror story about how I literally stayed awake during my entire procedure,
Mhm.
and I heard them breaking all my teeth, and literally I heard them talking. I heard them. I had like four hands in my mouth. They were like one out,
Mhm.
two out, three out, four out, and I was like still awake. I felt like sleep paralysis from the waist up. From the waist down, I could still move. I was like grabbing my phone, and they were like, "Is she on her phone right now?" And they like took my phone away. They took my shoes off.
They
And
took
at
your
that point,
shoes off. Why?
yeah, because I was wiggling my feet. I was trying to show them that I'm awake, and they weren't.
The
doing
anesthesia
what
is
I
not
thought they
enough.
would. They would just like hit me with another hit of anesthesia.
Yeah.
They didn't do that. They just kept breaking my teeth. So that was insane.
Yes. That sounds horrifying. I won't lie.
Yeah.
I'm so uncomfortable. I'm normally like when before I'm like I've been in shows. They're like, oh, do you have any like sensitivities? Like some people don't like eye gore or teeth gore. I'm like, no, but now I'm starting to realize like maybe I do have a little teeth sensitivity. Like that sounds
Yeah.
awful.
No, that was literally one of the most traumatizing. It was just really funny because like in the YouTube video,
Mhm.
it was like he had basically put the stream in the video as well. So like you're getting the first like
Yeah.
reaction account of me being like, what the fuck? Because I had like all
You've
this
got the
stuff in my mouth.
gauze
I'm
in
like,
there.
I was awake the whole
Are
time.
you like drooling out of your mouth as you're talking?
Dude, literally so insane.
But you're absolutely right.
It was
Like
really crazy.
people set the bar high, like to create iconic content like that. Yeah, Crystal's absolutely right. Bless your heart for sharing that with all of us. Thank you for it. But like
Yeah,
it
I was
can be
like
as
today,
that
I was like,
simple.
all right, it's time to laugh. Like, let's
Yeah.
laugh about it. I'm past the trauma, but yeah.
Yes. You survived. Wisdom teeth are
I
now
did
pulled out.
appreciate today. I
Yeah.
called them because my friend Liz, she's also a streamer. She lives in Vegas.
Mhm.
She was like my DD, right? Because they were
Yes.
like, oh, you can't like whoever's driving has to be here. Like, you can't call an Uber.
Yeah.
I didn't even understand it, but then Liz was like, no, yeah, you can't be like passed out in an Uber car. Like,
Yeah,
they
that
don't want to be responsible
disturbs
for you
that.
for that. I'm like, oh shit, I didn't even think about that. But anyways, so she drove me. She's super awesome. Thank you for taking care of me, Liz. I love you. Mwah. But what was I even saying? I don't remember.
About
Um,
yeah,
but I
getting there.
was wow, this happens to me all the time. I'll be like literally talking. I mean probably at least 3 times a stream. I'll be literally talking and I'll be like do 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 do, and then I fall off a cliff and I forget how to get back on
I think you
the
were talking about like
on the
needing to have a
path.
laugh, like because it's easy, right?
Oh
Like
yeah, yeah,
just
yeah,
have some
yeah.
fun and showcase your personality, like what your experiences are.
Yeah.
I don't know if that helped
It was
trigger
a
where you're
really
going with this.
and this was all Friday. How insane is that that this happened on Friday? So anyways, today I was like, okay, let's go ahead and just share the story.
Yeah.
I'm past the trauma. Oh yeah, I called her and I called the lady at the front. Liz was like, you need to ask them like if that's normal that you stay awake.
Yeah.
And I was like, I feel like they're gonna lie. And that is exactly what they did. I called this lady and she's like, yeah, it's totally normal. Like it's normal to hear them breaking your teeth. Let me see if the doctor wrote any notes of you waking up. No, he didn't write any notes. I'm like, they took my phone and my shoes. I literally told her, I was like, all right, well, I know what happened, but she's like, no, totally. Like, I was like, okay, well, bye.
Sounds like they're trying to protect themselves. That's for
They're trying to
sure.
break it.
Yeah.
Which I'm not gonna do anything. I'm not in the business of ruining businesses,
Yeah.
but I just think really
You're not going
crazy.
back for
I looked
more.
it up. Apparently, 1 in 1,000 people like don't work. Like anesthesia doesn't work on them.
Yes. Yeah.
So good to know.
They don't test
And
you
next
beforehand
time,
to find out.
dude, imagine if I was having like a C-section and they were like, I was just awake and they were just like pulling and tugging a
And you're like,
baby
I
out of
feel
me.
all of it.
Uh-uh.
That's got to be a really strange feeling too. And when they like, because you kind of see it, right? Like pulling stuff out.
It was just like literally, it felt like and like in the video is so funny because I'm literally like, my eyes were closed and my mind was open. And that's literally exactly like, and that was like 5 seconds after it happened. And I literally
Okay.
like just can't believe how coherent I was talking about the experience right after it had happened. Like
Mhm.
I literally was recollecting the entire thing. And Liz was like, you're so just like observant right now. And I'm like, I'm not on anesthesia. Like I have no idea. I
Yeah.
got nausea like after, which I guess is normal as well. But
Yeah. You were just hyper aware at this point, taking
yeah,
in anything and everything. Like, I know it all. This is the time for me to just to stay everything. And you recorded it, which was even better.
I don't even know how I did that. I started recording as soon as it was over. I literally like somehow before they even put me in the wheelchair, they were like, Stephanie, time to get up. And I literally was like trying to figure out the fact that I just literally heard all my teeth breaking. It was so fast. It literally felt like it was like 10 minutes.
Mhm.
And I literally was sitting there like, Steph, and I'm like, all right, I guess. I was like, uh-huh. And I literally went like this. I went, and I just started recording. And so I have this whole recording in her
Priorities.
lap of them picking me up out of the thing, putting me in the wheelchair, wheeling me what felt like a cross-country road trip. I was like hitting curbs and stuff, like outside. And then she just started driving, and I was like, "Dude, this is a lot right now." I was like, "I need a second. I need a second. This is really intense."
But apparently you were handling it all in stride. You're like, I got to record this. I'm going to recount
Yeah,
everything, and here's all the details
yeah.
that I remember. That's
That's how you know I'm
impressive.
a full-time vlogger now. Like,
Yeah.
that's how you know, because that was my subconscious just being like,
Yeah.
"Vlog, do
You've
it."
trained yourself. You're like, I'm ready for it. I know I got to open up my phone and press record right away.
LASIK eye surgery, you're awake. I don't think I could do that. I like
Yeah.
wanted to. I'm blind as a beetle. And
Mm-hmm.
so like I really wanted to do it until I learned that they literally take like a scalpel and like
Yeah.
cut your eye off and then put it back on. I couldn't do that. No, I couldn't do that. And then you're awake.
Yes.
Woo!
Yeah. So you can see it like coming close into your eye and everything and like going in and whatnot. And it doesn't
done
hurt.
it?
Like you don't have nerves in your eyes.
What?
Yeah.
Your eye is a nerve.
Well, like just like you move it, but like you can stab into it and it's not supposed to hurt. Supposedly.
Have you done it?
Crystal Queen, I've not done it. All my siblings have and my dad. But I'm like, I'm too chicken to do that too. I'm like, I don't think I could sit still.
I can't even put contacts in.
Oh.
You think I'm gonna get a scalpel?
Okay, yeah, then that might be a little bit harder for you. See, I just do the terrible thing of leaving my contacts in too long, so I don't deal with it.
Yeah. No, I can't figure out how to do it. I don't know why.
Ooh.
Ever since I was a kid, I've always wanted to wear contacts. I hate wearing glasses. I get all greasy.
Yeah.
Like I can't.
Mm-hmm.
And I just can't. And now that I get my lashes done, I really cannot figure out how to.
Well, and if it rains, then you got to worry
else.
about it. If it's humid, then they fog up. If you go from the cold to the inside, they fog up too. Even if you get some like the anti-fog ones, they still do that still a little bit. It didn't hurt. See, okay, yeah. LASIK doesn't hurt, but it just is. That goes straight into your own eyeball. It's super weird. You're 6'3".
What's the healing process like on that? I'm not 6'3".
Oh, I was like, dang.
Dang, she big. No,
sometimes your chat's been dropping like random details, like also that you eat pizza with a fork. Okay. Like I saw that earlier too.
They said that about me?
I'm just
That's some real sicko behavior. That's really crazy.
I won't judge that. It depends what kind of pizza. Certain pizzas are best eaten with a fork. Yeah. Oh yeah. You have to.
We love chat. Chat's amazing. Shout out to everybody that pulled up. This has been really fun. I love this. This has been amazing.
They're all calling you out on different things, like when you start your stream hours late and the quesadillas with no flavor.
Fork.
Yes.
Okay, well, it was a knife, but that's fine. I was eating it with a butter knife because I didn't have any spoons.
That doesn't make it better. I hope you realize that.
No. Like a fork is worse.
No, it's not a fork. It's a knife. A fork is better. You're not supposed to eat things with a knife because it turns out you don't put sharp things in your mouth.
Well, it's a butter knife. Listen, chat. Those secrets are for us. Can't drive that day, but you drive yourself to the eye doctor the next day, no problem.
Oh, okay.
That's literally so insane. I don't know. I mean,
let's all go get LASIK surgery.
It's gonna have to. I'm gonna need a minute before I do any more surgeries after this. You know, like
yours is pretty traumatic. I won't lie.
Yeah, and now I know. Like I'm gonna be like, dap me up with that anesthesia. Do not skimp me, because if I'm awake during my next procedure, I'm never doing another procedure ever again.
Well, and there's certain levels. Like I remember when I had my wisdom teeth, because some people don't wake up from it really well. They gave me anesthesia, but it was purposefully to not knock me out. And then after that, I was like, I need to be knocked out. I don't want that, because I had like in my head, like I could still move my hands, but in how my brain put it is I had pain was like a room that was flooding. And so I was taking a bucket and I was like trying to bail out all the pain that I was seeing. Like that's how my brain interpreted all the pain I was going through at the time. Like I am slowly drowning and my boat is sinking and I'm flooding.
I'm drowning.
Yeah,
like,
I was like the
you.
entire
like,
time.
I'm drowning.
I was constant panic and stress. So yeah, I was like, next time I said, you just knock me out.
Please knock me out.
Yeah, just knock me out. When it comes like, because sometimes they don't do that. And for certain surgeries, they just default to not knocking you out. So I wonder if that was the case for you.
I paid to get knocked out. I want a refund on that part.
You should. Yeah.
Because I paid to go to bed. I needed a nap that day anyways. And for some reason, like the anesthesia made me not be able to sleep for like a while. Like I didn't sleep that night. I slept 2 hours that night.
Oh my
I
gosh.
couldn't sleep after literally feeling like I got curb stomped. Like you would think like the pain would put me to bed.
Mhm.
Nothing would put me to bed. Like
No.
nothing.
And that's
So
comfortable because you probably still have, like, all the gauze still in too,
for sure.
because that
Yeah.
has to stay in for a couple hours at least, or maybe
Yeah.
sometimes 12 hours?
No, I mean,
Oh.
and anesthesia like makes you nauseous, I guess. So I was like doing my little, my two throw ups that I did,
Ugh.
and like it just blood is just coming out. I was like, oh, I feel like I'm dying. I literally felt like I'm like, this is it. I'm dead.
Yep. This is
This is
what took
death.
you out. Getting your wisdom teeth removed. This is fine. This is fine.
Streamer dies by wisdom teeth surgery.
Yeah.
That's literally
It'll be iconic.
would be great.
It'll be
Yeah,
great.
tonsils are next for me. I think
Ooh.
I definitely have to get my tonsils removed. My tonsils are the size of like golf balls,
Oh
just
gosh.
taking up
Jeez.
the whole throat.
Okay. Good luck.
Scared.
But at least with that, aren't you supposed to eat like a lot of ice cream or freeze pops after that to
I
help
hope
you
so.
out? See,
I hope so.
you'll be on a diet of dessert only.
I'm on a diet of applesauce and like mashed potatoes right now. It's and soup. It's
What?
miserable. I miss chewing. I haven't
Oh,
chewed.
that's right. For whatever reason, forgot for a second that you lost your wisdom teeth. I'm like, why are you eating only those
Why
things?
are
Why
you
would
eating
you choose
applesauce?
that?
Dude, it's real insane. Like I feel like I've had no
Oh
protein.
yeah.
I'm like, how do I and then I like almost had a panic attack 'cause yesterday. I'm like looking up. I'm like, how long until I can eat normal food? Someone said like 8 weeks. I'm like, no, I don't want to eat applesauce for 8 weeks. I'll
Oh,
die.
because you can't even do straw things because you're not supposed to.
Can't do
Yeah, can't
straws.
do straw. So it's like you can't really do
Thank God I'm
smoothies.
not a smoker. Like if I vaped and then like you just couldn't vape for
Yeah.
like a month, I'd be tweaking.
You can't chew for 3 to 4 weeks after tonsils?
That
Oh
sounds
gosh.
savage. I don't know about that.
Yeah. Like, never mind. I'm gonna keep my tonsils now.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't have
I'll
time for
keep
this.
them until I swallow them whole. That
Wait.
sounds good.
Yeah, there you go. Well, that's like the next challenge, right? Like on top of everything where you're traveling, you're streaming, it's like, oh yeah, then there's, medical things that I want to do for myself. Like, am I going to be able to do this or can
It's
I?
so hard.
Yeah.
It really is. I mean, it's hard enough just to like keep on a consistent schedule where like I
Mhm.
want to work out and I don't work out, or like,
Yeah.
making sure I eat 3 meals a day, but then like
Hmm.
taking care of yourself in the music industry when you're just doing music is really tough,
Yeah.
let alone like adding on to it all the different things that I do on top of that. It's like if I really like the second I lose motivation, my whole system gets messed up. Like
Hmm.
I lose my structure, my schedule, like everything. So I really like every day I have to wake up and like I'm doing this thing now in my Discord where I do like a gratitude message every day.
Oh, I love
So
that.
I'll ping everybody and be like, one thing I'm grateful for today, and it's just like something new, and that's what's kind of helping me kind of just remember that like I really don't have it all bad. Like my life is actually pretty fucking amazing, and like
Hmm.
it just helps you kind of keep going. There's little things like that that you can do for yourself. Some
Yeah.
people meditate. One thing that helps me a lot is actually guided meditations on YouTube.
Mm.
And like, I feel like when people think about meditating, they're like, I don't have an hour to meditate or sit and think to myself.
Right.
There's literally like 5 minute guided meditations on YouTube. I did one before this of
Hmm.
5 minute guided meditation for confidence because I wanted to have confidence for the
Yeah.
podcast.
It shows it's
But there's
working.
like there's other ones like anxiety, sleep,
Hmm.
depression, communication, like you know what I mean? There's like so many different just resources. Like
Yeah.
genuinely, if you want to be motivated and you want to have a good mindset, you will. If you
Hmm.
don't, you won't. And I
Hmm.
like genuinely believe that. And like going back to like some of if you have anyone like negative in your life and you feel like it's your job to help them, like you cannot help people that don't want to be helped. There's so
True.
many resources that you can give people, but like if you want to, you will. And like I
Hmm.
genuinely do believe that, and I had to like learn that because like you said, like we're very like just like motherly maternal, and like we want to help people a lot.
Hmm.
And I found myself a lot in my past, like almost like forcing people to get better. Like I'm like,
You
no, you
will
got this.
get
Like, what are you
better.
doing? Like, you got this. You know,
I
like
don't know if that's how it
forcing them,
works,
and
but
they're
the
like,
effort is
please, no
certainly there.
more. And I'm like, yes, more. Terrible. But
I love
yeah,
that.
I definitely feel like people just need to explore their resources a bit more because like
Hmm.
those are just a couple things that help me, obviously
Yeah.
on top of like leaning on the community, but like um just learn the feelings you don't want to feel. I
Hmm.
don't like to feel unmotivated. I don't like to feel left out. I don't like to feel certain things, and like
Yeah.
then find out what resources you have so you don't have to feel those things again, you know?
Mhm. I love the call outs that you do for yourself, right? It's all very purposeful. It's not like I just accidentally take care of myself, right? It just all happens and it falls into place. You're like, no, I know this is what I need, right? We
Yeah.
recognize the deficits that we might have or our areas of vulnerability. And you're like, I'm going to work on it. Like, I'm going to listen. I need this meditation for confidence. Awesome, right? Or I need these words of gratification and support. Like, we're going to make this a space. Like, you build it in based on this reflection that you've had, right? And say, like, we need this. Here's how we're going to make it happen. It's
Yeah.
such a smart way. And it feels silly to say, right? Because it feels obvious. Like, once we identify a problem, right, then we go to solve it. But most of the time, we're just running so fast that we think, like, well, that's not really too much of a problem. Or we just don't even address it. We don't take moments to reflect on where we start to feel depleted, right? You said earlier, like, we're a battery at the 100%. We don't take time to think, like, well, what's taking more than it should? This should only
Yeah.
take 2% of my energy, but for whatever reason, it's at 20%. That is way too much. What can I do to make sure that that gets back to a healthy level for myself? Where do I find areas where people or spaces can give back and recharge me in those elements?
Yeah, 100%. Um, and I think you like hit the nail on the head when you say like where can I find like what's gonna like recharge me and like
Hmm.
if what you're doing in your free time
Hmm.
is not like recharging you, then you just have to like reevaluate where you're investing your time into because like
Hmm.
I think we a lot of the times it's even hard to like identify the issues, you know?
Hmm.
One thing that about me that I've noticed is I'm very like aware of my issues,
Sure.
but then it's like I'm so bad at like doing anything about them. Like I'll just be like, yeah, I know I have trust issues, or yeah, I
It's
know
there.
I am bad at scheduling, or I know that this, I know that, and then like I'm like, but I don't know what to do about it.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. Or at
it's like
least
a
if you're
whole
aware of
other
it.
step to do something.
Yeah. Or you could choose like how to prioritize it, right? Like, yeah, I show up late, but you know what? My community understands it. I understand it's a thing, but maybe it's not a big problem
Yeah, no,
because
it's a
now you
problem.
get,
I know
yeah,
what
you get to reframe it. Some other things are
yeah.
problems, like having the double bricked up walls. But
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah,
right, right,
yeah, exactly. So, like, I know that that's a problem, but
yeah.
it's like the for some reason I can like see the problems, but I can't connect the
Hmm.
problem to the solution. I'm like, okay, how do I get from where I am to the solution?
Yeah.
It's really difficult, but I think talking with people and
Hmm.
just having like that close circle
Yeah.
of people that are like, hey, look, like you could try this,
Hmm.
and just people that have like that outside opinion
Hmm.
gets you out of your head a lot. Yeah,
Yes. Yes. And that's the
especially as
important thing to
content
do.
creators. I feel like we like are so in our I mean, literally it's such an isolating like role as of being a content creator. You don't have a lot of people that you could talk to.
Hmm.
You don't have a lot of people you can bounce ideas off of. If you even have one, you're lucky. Like
Yeah.
that's like literally how insane it is on the back
Yeah.
end. Like if you have one person you can send something to and be like, "Is this good?"
Hmm.
and then have like genuine feedback. Like not a lot of people even have that,
Yeah.
and it's just like such an isolating role and like job
Hmm.
because it is a job being a content creator.
Yeah. Well, and it's not
That
even sometimes you can find people, you're like, yeah, we really mesh, but it's finding also the time. Like,
yeah,
can I ask this person of their time to like, hey, do we want to have this kind of
100%.
like engagement, right? Like, because now we're asking more on top of all of
Yeah.
our, because if we're both content creators, it's like at the end of the day, we're both exhausted, right?
Yeah, definitely.
How do we
I mean,
continue
it's
to
just
add
also
in?
tough because like there's just so many people that you think have like your best interest at hand and they just really don't. They have
Hmm.
theirs.
Yeah.
Like I've gone through stuff with content creators that I like would be so open with and be like, yo, I have this idea, I'm gonna do this. Like, what do you think? They're like, yeah. And then they
Hmm.
would do it before
Hmm.
I could do it. And I'm like,
Hold on here. Yeah.
hold on. I'm all
That's,
for sharing, but let me at least try it out first.
yeah. Yeah. That actually feels, I mean, we don't own anything, so like it's hard to say like it's stealing, but
Of
at the
course.
same time it's like I'm I'm not your generator of ideas.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. And that's just another thing that will take your energy is just like letting
Hmm.
people feed off you like that.
Yeah. Yes. And not feeling valued for it. Like it'd be different like I love that idea, can I pay you for it? Like then you get to make that choice, right? And
Can I
then you
shout
get
you
to,
out?
yeah, if you're going to
Can I
feed off
tag
me,
you?
give me something
Yeah.
that I can then feed off of, whether it's for
Yeah,
literal I can buy
100%.
actual food or something else.
Yeah, 100%.
Hmm. And that's the hard thing. Like, how do we continue to value each other and let each other know that we value them?
Yeah. It's really difficult. I'm honestly like,
Hmm.
after situations like that in the past, again, like I just built such big brick walls. And
Yeah.
then I met some like people like Liz and her friends. She's
Hmm.
friends with like some really amazing people. And I'm just like, wow, wait, the space isn't filled with all D bags and assholes. I'm like, this is kind of cool. These people
Like,
are really
hey.
nice. And it's like they're one step ahead of me. So it's like surrounding
Hmm.
yourself with people that are where you want to be type of thing, you know? So it like motivates me a lot.
Hmm. I love that. I
Really
love that.
sick.
Honestly, this is a perfect, beautiful end note for us. Like, in the idea of like surrounding ourselves, finding good people, lifting ourselves up, feeding the good parts of ourselves that we want in these spaces. I gotta say, it's been an absolute delight talking to you because you're an uplifting person. You're also inspiring. I love hearing how you're changing the game. You're like, yeah, charity games should be the way that it goes. We should be able to do more interactions. I want to pull my audience in. I want them to have these experiences. Like everything that you're mentioning, like it's all like, how do I continue to do things different? It's so fantastic to
It's
see.
honestly been really just refreshing because, like, I don't have a lot of people that I can talk to about stuff, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, like I said, like, I have, like, 1 or 2 people like, IRL that are also content creators, and then I have, like, Low Navy, obviously, but, like,
Mm-hmm.
nobody in music, nobody on my social media, like, not cares. They just don't understand the complexity of, like, what it is to be doing what we're doing right now, and, like,
Right.
it's been cool to talk about it. I
Yeah.
don't know, I've never really shared this
I've
stuff like
really
that,
liked
so it's been
having you
really
here.
cool.
Are
Really
we
cool.
having fun? Yes.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. No, it's been awesome. I really appreciate it.
No, I love that we got to hype you up because you certainly deserve it. And it is important. Like I mentioned, like when we're here on stream at the very beginning, like we love getting to know other gamers. Seriously, y'all, if you aren't following Steph, you need to, because this gaming space becomes better when we invest our time, our efforts into individuals who are equally invested in making this a better place. That's where it comes from. Like, we don't want to reinforce what's already there. That's there, it's not working, nothing, right, is ever going to be perfect the first time around. So we want to see people who are willing to have the inspiration, the effort, the type of great role models that Steph is, that is going to change the game. So please, if you haven't already, Steph, go ahead and give us like all the places where we can find you. You're on Instagram, you're on Twitter, you are on Kick, you're
I'm
on
everywhere.
Twitch. Yeah, you're everywhere. Where
Yeah,
can
I'm
we
pretty
find
much
you?
Stephskiii everywhere
Hmm.
besides Twitter and Twitch, where it's Stephskiii_.
Hmm.
So you just take the underscore out and you can type me up on TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, anything like that. So
Hmm.
no, this has been awesome. This has been really sick.
It's
I
super
definitely
easy.
really, I'm sure. Well, I would hope that you get what I'm about to say, but I hope that you do get the gratification and like gratitude, because like this is like really, this is something that a lot of people need to be able to like share their story.
Hmm.
Not only like was that kind of like uplifting for me and motivating for me, but I hope that also in the chat people are like getting inspired, and like maybe they're gonna go make a move on something that they want to do after this. You know, it's just like you're really like opening up the line of communication to allow people to like hear people's stories that they would never otherwise hear. So
Well,
it's really sick.
know that your story is worth sharing. It was wonderful for us to hear it. It's inspiring. And I love that you are a risk taker and you make the choice to invest in yourself because you are worth it. And that's such an important message that
I'm literally
everyone
gonna
needs.
cry right
No, I
now.
know, sorry.
Stop.
But you are, right? Like that's
I'm gonna cry.
especially for someone, so many of us in this space, like we have that imposter syndrome or we doubt ourselves. There's always that dialogue, right? Like I called you out earlier because you brought that little negative voice so quick in your
Yeah,
response, right? Because that it's so easy to default to that.
100%.
But you got over that, your own brick wall, and you pushed through and you're making amazing things. So I'm so proud of you. I'm so glad to have you in the gaming community. Look at these audience, like I mean, they're all here in chat and they're
It's so
here because of
nice.
you, right? Like that's important. Like that's
I
hard.
know.
That is hard.
Love you,
Where
chat.
people will follow
Love you,
you beyond
stream.
like cuz there's the ease of like, okay, if she's on, we'll hop over. Like there's the same place, same time sort of thing, even if it's same
Mhm.
hours later than effort. But like to come elsewhere, right? That's part of it. You deserve this recognition and congratulations for it. So, and I want you all to keep that up, right? Like in chats in these communities, this is part of the support we provide for one another is to make sure that you continue to feel like your cup is refilled time and time again. So,
Refill that cup.
yes, take care of your
Refill that
stuff.
cup.
That's the key thing. So, Steph, before we head out, before we wrap it up, Where's the next space that they can find you? Are you streaming next? Are you doing a charity event somewhere? What is it? Where is it? I know, of course, in IRL, TwitchCon is coming up in the fall, right? Or some, yeah.
Correct.
Give us all those
Yeah, I'm
details.
gonna be essentially anytime that I'm home, I'm gonna be streaming at this point. So like this week, for example, I'm doing 6 days a week this week, and then we're doing EDC this weekend. So I'll be streaming tonight, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And then I'll be doing IRL streams across Asia. And then I literally will be vlogging every single trip. I'll be vlogging EDC. I'll be vlogging our six Asia stop tour. And then we go to Europe this summer. So YouTube will really be the place if you're just looking for like recap style, what's Stephskiii up to type of thing. Because Crisis has got his work cut out for him on editing for sure. But
and
yeah,
to
I
watch
think
the
I'm
wisdom
pretty
teeth
much stick
video.
to Twitch. I mean, Kick is fire, but it's just not. It just will never be the same community driven type of atmosphere, and that's all I'm in it for. You know what I mean? I'm not in it for the money. So, I'm gonna be staying on Twitch for sure.
Deal.
We good.
Deal. Easy for you all. Steph, thank you again for joining us this wonderful Monday evening.
Much.
You have a blast with your streams and EDC and all the good things that come your way. Chat, thank you all for being here. I hope you all feel like your own cup has been refilled, a little inspiration coming your way as you go throughout the week. And I say this all the time on Pink Pixels, but I love that this happens on Monday because it's going to change. It always does. It changes how I want to approach the week.
100%.
I feel charged.
No, it's definitely changed my week. My week is
we're ready.
Going up now.
We're ready. We're ready for this.
I'm ready. Have a good week, guys.
All right, let's wrap it up. You all are fantastic. We'll see you next Monday for another episode of Pink Pixels. Goodbye, everyone.
Peace.